With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the truth.
What's going on, everybody? John out here with you. It's a Saturday night. It's the late game. Everybody's been in action in the NHL tonight, so why not cap it off? It's the Calgary Flames and the Vegas Golden Knights. So head coached by Ryan Huska, the Calgary Flames are 6th in the Pacific at 19, 18, and 5. It's Elias, Lindholm, Jonathan Huberdeau, Yegor, Sharangovich, Noah Hanifin, and Chris Tanev. Nazem, Kadri, Zary, Martin Pospisil, MacKenzie, Weegar, and Rasmus, Andersson, Mikael, Backlund, Andrew, Mangiapane, Blake Coleman, Adam Ruzicka, AJ Greer, Dylan Dubé with Jordan Osterley, Nick DeSimone. On the back end defense, Jacob Markstrom will be in net. And for the Vegas Golden Knights, again, their record's still pretty good at 24, 13, and 5. They're second in the Pacific, head coached by Bruce Cassidy. But injuries are starting to mount for VGK. Chandler Stevenson, Pavel Dorofeyev, Mark Stone, Alec Martinez, and Alex Pietrangelo. It's Nicholas Fly, Ivan Barbashev with Jonathan Marceau, Braden McNabb, Ken Korchak, Brett Howden, Paul Cotter, Michael Amadio, Brian Fraze, Jonas Ronberg, and Keegan Kolsar will be the back end of the fourth line with Nick Hague and Zach Whitecloud. Logan Thompson will get the start in net tonight. Now, what do I mean by all of the Vegas injuries? Well, the names are continuing to add up. Again, they had 3 players go down just the other day against the Boston Bruins when able to get that win. So forwards that are out, William Karlsson, Jack Eichel, and William Carrier. Defenseman, Shea Theodore, Ben Hutton, Tobias Bornfot, who they picked up from the LA Kings off the trade. And goaltenders Aiden Hill and Yuri Patera are also out for VGK. I don't think anything is going to be serious. Jack Eichel might miss extended time, but they're going to be gone, at least you would think, for the next week, maybe a week and a half or so. So Vegas, again, at 24, 13, and 5. They're second in the Pacific. They've compounded a ton of points at the beginning of the year, and that's what's going to serve them well when they go through slumps like these because of injuries. Again, for Vegas, in the last 10, they are 3-7. That does not sound like Vegas, but again, the injuries play a part in that. And for those that aren't paying attention, the Calgary Flames are just outside of a playoff spot in 19, 18, and 5. They're 8-4 in the last 12 games. Yes, Seattle and Edmonton are on fire, but don't sleep on the Flames right now. Good balanced scoring all the way across the board, and Markstrom's numbers keep improving. And again, we had this talk, and I will probably do so a little bit next week as far as getting everything together, as far as all-star rosters and my own personal things of the 32 teams when you get that big article put out there. Again, you had Elias Lindholm who was selected, and that's fine, but how do you miss Blake Coleman? 18 goals, 17 assists, 35 points, and a staggering plus 22. He was not the primary selection. That leaves me scratching my receding hairline. So it is Jacob Markstrom. It is Logan Thompson in net. This goaltending matchup should be good. As Vegas wearing the alternate jerseys, they kind of look like the Heinz mustard color. Calgary's in the road reds in the mix of the orange and white. So Mark Stone is still there. He's going to have to do the replacing there of Jack Eichel, who was normally on the top part of that line. Stone, 12, 28, and 40 points on the season in totality. So we're underway at T-Mobile Arena, and I'm alongside Rick Ball on the Sportsnet side of it. John out here with you on the call as we're in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's been one hell of a road trip for the Calgary Flames. They've done well of late, but they've traveled loads of miles. So I understand there's going to be tons of bodies, but at the same time, with all of the injuries that the Vegas Golden Knights have, they're going to come out like a bat out of hell. You would imagine, they need this win desperation. But with all the injuries there, you would think the Flames have the advantage right now. So be the first change for the Vegas Golden Knights, and I'll pull up my Calgary Flames roster here. This is an opportunity for number 55, Noah Hanifin. This will gain the red line and fire it in. This bounces off the right side wall. Mangiapane got a stick on it momentarily. The former St. Louis Blues, Ivan Barbashev, will go ahead and put this one down the ice as it bounced off Nick Wall. Tanev lost the puck there momentarily. Turnaround shot, Marceau. That was saved by Markstrom as he's holding the butterfly near the left post. Kept in. And the left side point now is good pressure here for Vegas early. Nick Wall will get this around for Barbashev. And now this goes back to the blue line side, but it can't be held in. Will be the former LA Kings Stanley Cup champion, Alec Martinez, 3 times now, once with Vegas and 2 with LA. As this is sent around the inboards, Osterley will take a look at it. Connor Zary off the back pass. It's Nazem Kadri. Here's the long fit for Pospisil. It actually went between his legs. This will work out, but Nick DeSimone goes offside. Seems we get a stoppage. 18:25 left to go in the first. Again, I will have a Red Wings recap that I got to get typed up. I'll do that at the intermission side of it. We have a full slate of NHL scores to also go through across this day as everybody's been in action right now. The Arizona Coyotes in particular have a 6-0 lead over the Wild as they're trying to continue to get into a playoff spot. So 6 games in 15 days on that side when they go back from home for Calgary. They're in the midst of a long road stand as this is sent back around the inboards now. Again, you might have the letdown against the Chicago Blackhawks, but it's really understandable for the amount of miles. And at the same time, for the Vegas Golden Knights, with the amount of injuries, you can understand them losing a couple. As Calgary's only 4 points out of the second wildcard spot right now, so they just need to keep on winning. Pospisil will shift this in off the glass as it gets away from the referee here, about 17:45 left to go in the first. There's a long outstretched pass across the red line, but it's intercepted by the red jerseys. Calgary. Nice pass from Rasmus Andersson, slow up. Will send a floating puck near the right circle as this bounces way up in the air. Where did it go? As this bounces in between the Knight logo right in the middle and back in the Hague in the defensive end. As they'll get this in across the red line now. Good stick lift. Now Rasmus Andersson from Ruzicka will get this one across as this is just chipped in here. Again, the record for the Vegas Golden Knights, it's primarily over the last stretch of games. They've got some losses here, but they've equated some points, so they're still second in the Pacific. A couple stick chops. This will fall back to number 55. And a pair of 55s. Keegan Kolesar will get a hit on Hanifin as this goes around the inboards now. This will be recollected as the Flames will try to go left to right. Again, they won 6-2 versus the Coyotes, scored 20 seconds into the game, got up to the right start. Right now, 16:45 left to go in this first, just one shot on goal. It's for Vegas. Former Washington Capital Chandler Stevenson off the drop, and this goes wide in the left side boards. Alec Martinez will pinch in. Martinez right in the middle of the slot trying to find Dorofeyev. As this is chipped ahead here for Sharangovich, but he lost it, and now this will go to the defensive core of VGK. 16:20 left to go in the first. John here with him, Mikael. We're covering the late game. Everybody's been in action, so I had to get a hockey game in. And just put it on the left side. Good steal. As this is intercepted, you get a whistle. And a penalty against Calgary for hooking. We'll put VGK to the power play at the 16:16 marker. Looks like it'll be an opportunity to go to the box here for, let me make sure I get this correct on this side and pull up my rosters. MacKenzie Weegar on that end. So thank you for following along on the YouTube side and the Twitter space at X at John Wynot. Again, we will get you through this entire game and also the game store at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. So VGK is going to go to power play here. This will be won by Mikael Backlund. Again, the Flames penalty kill is really good at 84%. That's tied for 5th. Power play is 14th for Vegas right now out of 32 teams. As this is Sharangovich able to kill some time. And again, for not only for the Flames with a great penalty kill, but you also got to watch out for the short-handed unit. They love to press up and score goals. Vegas' power play was 1 for 5 against the Bees. Last time they got the 2-1 win, but again, the wins have been hard to come by other than that. As it's Barbashev able to get this one on the backhand. Now, Michael Amadio, as this line looks a little bit different now. Barbashev lost it in between his legs, but it'll be an opportunity to recollect here for Nick Wall. Cross pass. Barbashev somehow missed the net. He was right in front of the circle to shoot it. As it's Hanifin now. Good stick chop. Gets this one away. 15:25 left to go in the first as Pietrangelo will drop it in for Paul Cotter. Cotter can survey, do whatever he wants here. This bounces off Markstrom's face. This is going to be a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Backlund the trailer. Dubé shoots. Stopped there by Thompson. Backlund trying to find it in between a couple of trees. And this is bounced off Barbashev. Picked up now by the VGK. And this is sent in. Rasmus Andersson now. We'll go ahead and send this one down for Jordan Osterley, former Red Wing, fired all the way down the ice. Calgary's best chance was a shorthanded 2-on-1 there, but it's still 2 shots to 1. We're at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been here before on this. I'm watching the Red Wings win when Anthony Mathis scored the game winner. That was before COVID. As this is sent in now, here's Greer. He could have a break. He's going to have to slow up a little bit and try to buy some time as Stevenson rides him off across the wall. Stolen by Greer, though. He gets taken down. And Calgary is going to go to the power play. We'll have 12 seconds of 4-on-4. And then we will have some power play time for the Flames. So a good start here for both teams right now, I would imagine. Again, Vegas really needs some mending here, but they've done pretty well so far in this game to start. They've got some chances. Marchessault is not one that you want to give chances to. Amadio was also there in front, but a 2-on-1, and Dubé elects to shoot rather than pass to Backlund. But there was a trip. AJ Greer was able to go all the way down the ice and force the play. So Alec Martinez will go to the box at the 5:32 mark of the period, 14:28 left. Again, 4-on-4 for about 12 seconds. So another face-off, tied up is Nazem Kadri. This is stuck in between his skates, and it'll go to Vegas now. Again, they can't dump this one yet until the 4-on-4 expires. Now they can. Haig sees it. This bounces badly off of a flame stick. This is going to allow them to be able to kill some more time for Vegas as they put this around the inboards here. Noah Hanifin feels like he's been on the ice for all 6 minutes so far, as this is picked back up now for MacKenzie Weegar, who was just in the box. Now he gets to headline the power play. Calgary and Ryan Huska's squad get full cell changes, and Weegar kind of fans on it. This is going to have the Flames start again. Find the entry here, Huberdeau. He'll spin, leave it for Weegar in the high slot, give back to Jonathan. As he's got this down to the right side, Weegar doesn't shoot it, gives it to Kadri. Here's a tip, stopped by Thompson. Kadri tried to get a stick on it. As here's an opportunity for Elias Lindholm. Kadri off the spin. Lindholm gets wiped out. This is to Nazem now. Here's a sauce pass. It's a good one here. Weegar shoots. This one is bounced off the side of the boards as this goes to the left side now. Sharangovich will try to leave it here for MacKenzie. MacKenzie now will get this to his defensive partner. Huberdeau. Here's a centering pass. One-timer middle of the circles. Goes wide. It goes back to Huberdeau. Try to find Kadri. Good bounce. Weegar. Extra pass. And Thompson gets a stick on it. He denies Lindholm. As he's near the left side, Huberdeau just keeps it in, and so does Weegar. Huberdeau, back pass for MacKenzie. Weegar, extra one. This one goes all the way down the ice. And Calgary is almost going to run out of power play time here. Rolling puck, picked up by Jacob. And this will be settled back down for Rasmus. Andersson gains the red line now and fires it in. Again, the power play for Calgary, 2 for 8 in the last stretch of games. Hanifin now near the right side wall as it's bounced in between a couple of bodies. Power play down in 2 seconds. Hanifin near the right circle. Goes on the pad and Thompson rebound. This one goes wide as it's recollected now for Vegas. Sent all the way down. This is going to be a break. Good stop on Markstrom. Mark Stone. It was a long clear after the power play just ended, and Markstrom made a great save there on Stone. So good action on both sides right now. MacKenzie Weegar touch pass. Kadri was there. After some Lindholm help, we've had some good back and forth so far. So 0-0 as we're in the middle of our first break.
It can be a lot for them. You still own that car? You're not. Okay.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you buy the home and auto with us.
Empty tubs of butter are for recycling, not for my leftovers.
That's a big one, people. I like your burger green.
Well done, please. I don't know if you can take those guys and cover the spread. Weather gets cold, they're cold.
Yeah, not everyone can handle the elders. I know I've never really bought into all that cold white stuff. I agree.
I'm always taking the cold with the teams, especially with playoffs.
You feel me? The great ones tough it out, regardless of the weather.
Sure, about one minutes.
It's 48 degrees.
Yeah, but the wind is whipping off that lake. We're 30 miles from the lake.
We've been needing to see stay back on the beach. And be the space. Beauty. Truth. The thrill of every win. The devastation of every loss. Nothing held back.
When it's as much and as often as the Flames have had to do it in the last week and a half, it adds up. This is life in the Western Conference. The good news is the Flames have managed 8 of 12 points to this point in the 7 games. In the 12 nights for the time zones portion of the schedule, the flight back to Calgary.
So they're showing the schedule for Calgary. They've got 8 of a possible 12 points on the long road stand. They've been traveling all over the place. Again, travel's good nowadays as far as everything else, but still the schedule's been tough. And the Vegas also been ravaged by injuries in the middle of a 5-game homestand. As this is sent back around the end boards now, offensive zone draw win for Vegas, allow them to keep possession. Good bounce. Pietrangelo can't hold it in as this is played in off the left side wall. Tanev will use the empty bumper, but this goes back to Pietrangelo. He'll now for Alec Martinez. Martinez, long outstretched pass near the right side of the red line and fired in. This bounces off Markstrom, and this is going to be a diving play to try to get back in the net. He got nutmeg there on the puck, and somehow they didn't go on the wide open net. Coleman, here's a sauce pass. I know all the dads are still on the trip right now. They're going to be breathing a sigh of relief as this goes back here for Coleman. Off the backhand now, around the end boards, Jordan Osterley knocks down one of the Vegas Golden Knights. Connor Zary has it. Zary still patient as he gets across right through the middle. And now this is dropped from Kadri. Here for Connor Zary. Near the end boards now, Nazem picks it up. Number 91 still trying to dance. Nice diving play. Gets it to his defense. Weegar, long shot, and this is held by Logan Thompson. Hopefully they get a chance to show us again on the Sportsnet feed just how that happened. But Markstrom, again, we talk about it with the Mike Smith situation, some of the other ones like that back in the day, but it looked like it. Markstrom goes to the left side of the trapezoid, go ahead and play the puck, goes right between his legs, and he's got to dive right back out in the middle of the crease to try to deny an empty net. I mean, the whole net was completely gone. So we both finally get the play now off of a long flip. This is played between his legs. Centering pass right out in front of Markstrom has to full board dive across. Somehow that puck doesn't go in. 11:04 left to go on the first faceoff win. Rasmus Andersson casually put this around the end boards here. Blake Coleman. Here's Zary. As now it's Rasmus. At least they thought about it. Here's a shot through traffic. Kadri tries to pinball it. And this will be an opportunity as this gets taken away. Good work for Zichka. Go ahead and put this one in. Zary's still on the end of the shift right now. As this is on the Sportsnet Canada side of it, -105 Calgary, -120 Vegas. So no bets really there on that side unless you're sure. I would say that is Barbashev puts it around the inboards here, but it does tell you Calgary is the favorite even on the road stand because of all the injuries. Barbashev funneled at the net a couple more times, and the Flames have to form a wall there. As this is an opportunity, Calgary is going to go to the power play, as this is not gloved by Thompson, but as soon as it's touched, as it is now, Calgary is going to get their second power play of the game. There's a trip right in front of the neutral zone. And now this will be an opportunity for, I think, for Nick Hague to go to the box, although now they're putting Barbashev in. They almost took the wrong guy. So Barbashev, that's not one you want to lose for Vegas, but he's going to be guilty of a trip. Marchessault, as this was put right out in front a couple times, it was stopped. Nick Waugh got denied, and then there was a trip in front of a clear-out to try to keep it in. Barbashev, it bounced off of him, and then Barbashev kind of got a slash in on the hands, I believe, of Nazem. So 10-12 left to go in this first. The shots are 4-piece. Calgary's already got their second power play of the game. Yegor Sharangovich will play the defensive side of it. Huberdeau now near the left dot. Passed way too hard from Huberdeau, but he's going to be able to get this one back as it bounced off a teammate. Now a stick is knocked out of the lane. Huberdeau, extra pass across to the right side. Dot shot goes high. We'll see if this can be kept in. So Sharangovich right there. It's back to Huberdeau near the right side dot. Sharangovich will take his place near the right side dot. Huberdeau's still with it. He'll get it back. He's touched the puck a lot right now. As this is nice play for Nazem Kadri near the right side dot. Good puck movement for Calgary. Nothing to show for it yet. Weegar sends it across. Sharangovich, they try to find him near the left dot. And this one is sent down. I'll touch the stick of Jacob. 9:20 left to go in the first. This is an opportunity one more time for Rasmus Andersson. Calgary would like to go at least 1 for 2 on the power play. Again, not much to show for you in this defensive period. As it's Mangiapane In the high slot, Coleman, he can shoot it as this one is sent back around. Mangiapane holds it. Rasmus Andersson. Now for Backlund again. Vegas, no hesitancy for getting the puck possession. They're just denying the shooting lanes. Backlund down to 45 seconds. Sharp angle shot, scores! Off the rebound. It's Coleman again. 1-0 Calgary. What a season Blake Coleman has been having. He just continues to light it up for the Flames. And hot is an understatement right now for Blake Coleman. He's on pace for career highs everywhere. That's his 19th goal of the season. It won't count as a plus because the power play side, he gets the rebound, puts it in. 19 goals, 17 assists, 36 points. Backlund, shot up high, bounces off Blake, but he gets his own rebound and puts it back in. So puck movement there on the outside was good for the Flames. Backlund takes a shot. Yes, it bounced off Coleman, hit him up in the chest, but he picks it back up, finds it, finishes it off, and the Flames have the first goal of the game. So second power play. Flames take the lead. It's now 1-0, courtesy of Blake Coleman. Backlund going to get a secondary assist. His 19th goal of the season from Backlund and Andersson, as this is bounced. Not cleared out, though, so Tanen's going to get back on his horse now. I thought he didn't realize he had more time, as this is chipped just and across the blue. Good battle, as the Flames will go ahead and get this one down the ice. Dylan Dubé going to go ahead and give a chase, as A.J. Greer, this bounces up near the right side. And this is knocked away from a couple of Golden Knights, but this will fall back to the defensive side for McNabb. McNabb's outstretched pass. Now it's keeping Korchak. We'll go ahead and get this one. 8:05 left to go in the first. As Nick DeSimone will send this back around and almost nutmeg Logan Thompson. He had to get out of the way. It already happened to Markstrom, but it didn't result in a goal. And now Huberdeau will flip this one back. It's intercepted across the neutral zone now, but the Flames are there. And now Jacob Markstrom will settle it back down. Chip this high off the end boards. He will get it out. This will go through center ice now. A chip play. Jonathan Marchessault, one of the original 10-year Golden Misfits. There's been a host of injuries right now. They're going to lean on Marchessault and Stone a little bit more. Marchessault gets a steal, and Markstrom can't hold it. It's going to be a rebound. Slap pass for Pietrangelo, but this is picked off. This could be a break on a one-on-one. Here's a long wrister. Good save for Logan Thompson. And now Jonathan Marchessault quickly trying to push the other way. Goes onside. Barbashev. Good cancel for Jacob Markstrom. Now this is picked up again. Waugh turns and shoots. Markstrom says no as he falls down. And it's Connor Zary. Connor Zary off a 2-on-2. Zary, he tried to touch for Andersson. Zary between his legs. He tries to go underneath Thompson and they score! 2-0 lead for the Flames. It's Nazem Kadri. 6:56 left to go in the first. Nazem Kadri experience makes it 2-0. Good work there for Connor Zary. Able to keep that one alive. Huberdeau gets his shot off the rush denied, but Connor Zary stayed with it the whole way after that rebound. He tried to get a sauce pass to Rasmus Andersson. He got denied. It banked off Thompson a couple times. Kadri right there on a doorstep. It's a massive humanity. None of the Golden Knights can find it. And Nazem Kadri finds the rebound. Hellacious second and third efforts here for the Flames allow both goals. Does Logan Thompson, as it's Blake Coleman and Nazem Kadri that get the party started. Long shot. This one is kept in. Here for VGK as it's McNabb. We'll get this on the high side as this is sent back around. McNabb, big hit. Took down one of the Flames. And now this will be rushed the other way. It'll be Korchak. We'll send this one as Kadri might have forced the steal. He was pretty close to it. 6:20 left to go in the first. Gain the entry through the neutral zone in full flight. Dorofeyev loses it. He went for a pass, didn't find anybody. Here's the Flames now off a one-on run rush. It's Mangiapane. He got all turned around, still got the shot off. He gets hit hard. Backlund has it, though. Flames dancing. Here's a shot. Big rebound. If Backlund found it, would have easily been 3-0. Turnaround shot. DeSimone. This stays with the Flames now. They've been buzzing in this first period. Backlund high off the end boards as this is knocked away from Mangiapane, falling down. Vegas trying to get this out of their own end. And now we'll go ahead and take a look at it is Jordan Osterley. Osterley will go ahead and pick it up now. Connor Zary already back on the ice. He's got a primary assist from the Nazem Kadri goal. Stopped by Thompson, Alec Martinez. 5 of the last 7 games are won by the Flames. All 5 of them have been on the road. They've been road warriors. They've been able to get some points. They've been first in comebacks. Hell of a lot different than last season. Again, in the standings, they're right there like they were pretty much all year. But they've been able to manufacture points in different ways. And you would think the Flames, even with the rebuilding on the fly process that's trying to be done by Craig Conroy, they can still make themselves in a good spot if they continue to get this one. This bounced off the outside of the post as Markstrom went to go play it. So 3-7 record the last 10 games. Vegas been outscored 35-22. Here's an outstretched pass. It's bounced on the player's bench. Play 4:57 left to go in the first. So they show Markstrom is going to go and try to play it. They'll just go ahead and brush and clear out some of the ice chips behind the net. Flames like where they are right now. Coleman, Kadri with the goals. 4:57 left in the first.
Get the stats behind the stats. NHL Edge. No more about every stat, every shift, every start. With NHL Edge.
I like your burger, Green. Well done, please. I don't know if you can take those guys that cover the spread. Weather gets cold, and they crumble.
Yeah, not everyone can handle the elements. I know I never really bought into all that cold weather stuff,
Willie Green, I'm always taking the cold winter teams.
especially the playoffs. Great ones, tough and out. Regardless of the weather. Shit, all the wins. 48 degrees. Yeah, the wind is looking out that lake.
We're 30 miles from the lake.
We love our house.
Great location, quiet
The
street.
garage is a bit of a black hole.
Yeah, everything is.
She'll be back.
Well, we gotta clean this place out.
See what would have gone in there? Okay, there we
Ugh, coat is hideous. Oh, my summer jams mix.
At least I don't make fun of our home card turns easy. Saves us a ton. You buy me a box of cords?
Okay, honey, throw me the hose.
Bundling made easy. Go to Geico.com.
Hurry.
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN break. Andersson and Markstrom are talking to the ring attendant saying, look, we got to do something about these boards here. So here comes the attendant they were talking to. So what does he do? Well, just wipe it off. Maybe there's something on the boards. I don't think that's going to work. And yes, not once, but twice, Markstrom gets caught with some bad bounces off the
So you know it's kind of a laughing moment now because at least it didn't happen against the Flames. But a couple times when Markstrom went to go play it again, the puck bounced off and he kind of did misplay one. So what do they do during the break? They just kind of took a towel and wiped it near the right side of the boards, and everybody had a good laugh about it. 9-6 is the shots on goal total in the first. Calgary already up 2-0, courtesy of Blake Coleman and Nazem Kadri. Connor Zary continues to amaze, at least every time I watch him on that side. You could think of him in Rookie of the Year conversation. I understand Connor McDavid goes down with a broken jaw, but Connor Zary has certainly put himself in the conversation right now. So off the clearing attempt from Markstrom. The Flames will get this at half as this is picked up now near the red line now for BGK and intercepted now. And this will be settled back down for the Flames for Noah Hanifin and Christopher Tanev. They're the top line for Ryan Huska's squad. Sharangovich, he's been ridiculously hot lately. As this is center on the inboards, Hanifin lets a shot go, and this is a glove save right in the trapper for Logan Thompson. 4:10 left to go in this first. John, I'm here with you on the call. Again, glad you can join me for the stream between the Calgary Flames and the Vegas Golden Knights. I was hoped to be joined by Cooper Hopkins, but I know he's still in the mix of between California and Seattle, from where he's going to be residing on that side, making the trip from the national championship game from the Washington Huskies and the University of Michigan Wolverines. So he's a very busy man. Hopefully we can catch up next week. As this is sent around the inboards now, Weegar, this goes high off the inboards and bounced off of Thompson as Barbashev will go ahead and recollect in his own end. Here's a stretch pass. This is partially fanned on, but this will find Barbashev, and He's going to take a pass that goes into the Flames bench. So hopefully everybody's okay down there. 3:51 left to go in this first. Guess we'll take another break. 3:51 left in the first frame.
Even is this? Don't touch my things, bro. Dennis, when you bundle your home or renters with your auto, Progressive provides 24/7 protection for almost everything you own. But do you really need my latest loop? It's for my snacks waste. Some dog chase lounger. Foot treadmill. That's my Tuesday TELUS. Versus
So I got the Red Wings thing posted, and this is during the commercial breaks. Got a lot of stuff done. So what I'll do in the first intermission is I'll get the notes for our featured game between the Flames and all that stuff done. And then once that's all set, I will go ahead and give you the scoreboard recap. There's been a lot of it. We won't probably get to go to every single game in detail because everybody's in action today, but still, nonetheless, it'll be a lot of fun to go through the scoreboard. There's been some good results today, and we will see if that continues. Again, for the Detroit Red Wings, they get a big win over the LA Kings. They won 5-3. Got to play back-to-back against Toronto tomorrow. Toronto was also in action today against the Colorado Avalanche.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
Live sports. Yes, for Zary now has place in the Calder Trophy conversation. A lot of poise from the rookie tonight to make it possible for Nazem Kadri to score a 2-0 goal for the Flames. Zary's producing at the rate of 0.67 points per game, which is second only to Connor Bedard. His 2 points in Tuesday's win over Ottawa put him at 21 in 31 games. 22 now, and only 2 other Flames rookies ever broke the 20-point mark as fast or in fewer games. They were McGinley and Giordano as he makes his mark.
So only Jerome McGinley and Mark Giordano, Flames legends on that side, broke the 20 points rookie record faster than Connor Zary right now. Again, I just mentioned before the break, he's put himself in a Calder situation with what happened with Connor Bedard with the broken jaw. Who knows if he's going to get it, but he's had a great start to the year. It's right off the rush. Markstrom tries to make a play, try to keep it alive now. As this is sent around the end boards now for Chris Tanek. 3:15 left to go in the first. How good would this feel for the Flames to continue this long trip and be able to get another win against a good team? I know Vegas has had a lot of injuries right now so far throughout the year. They're still second in the Pacific, and really the Flames need to keep pace with the Edmonton Oilers and the Seattle Kraken on that side if they want to be able to keep a playoff spot, let alone the Nashville Predators. So all they can do is continue to win right now. Again, the Flames record, from what I heard from the hockey guy on that side, is about to, the schedule, I should say, is about to get a little bit easier in the second half of the season. Again, strength of schedule is something that teams like to talk about and fans like to think about. As it's a neutral zone face-off win, and now Rasmus Andersson will go ahead and chip it in deep. Put around the end boards now. Good finish of a check. It's been a good road period here for the Flames as this is sent down the end boards. MacKenzie Weegar. Go ahead and settle this back down. He does get this possessed. This will allow Vegas to go ahead and get puck possession, but importantly, they just throw it right to the Flames. That was very bizarre. Bruce Cassidy's not going to like that. And now offside. So on the Flames there, they could have had a 4-on-2. Ruzicka jumped too early. So again, I will get these notes typed up after the first, and then we will go across the scoreboard. There's a lot of housekeeping to do. Again, this intermission discussion will probably just be the scoreboard because it's going to be me tonight on that side. But it might take us 2 periods to go through the entire thing, not to mention NFL playoffs and NBA scoreboard as well. So scoreboard is probably going to be the highlight of the intermission. And then when we get into the next week, we'll do a couple broadcasts. I'll try to get in with Alec Nava and Cooper Hopkins to team up, but most of it will be article work. As this one goes top of the circle and goes wide. Vegas had the last shot. It's trying to be picked up near the corner boards and now put in across the Golden Knights logo where they'll have it. The line of McNabb is back out there right now. I'll go ahead and scroll this one down. Caden Korsak and McNabb is a part of the defensive side. As this will Sent back in across the board, and DeSimone lost it. Vegas trying to pressure here. They need to do so with 2:05 to go on the first. The shots on goal are 10-6, and they're down 2 goals at home at T-Mobile Arena. Paul Cotter turning. He leaves it on the top of the circle. Howden gets denied, and somehow Markstrom found it in between his legs. He closed the 5-hole, made the save. 1:54 left to go in the first. Sometimes you get a few breaks when the puck hits you in a good position. That's what they said in the Hockey Night in Canada coverage. Let's see a cross. So Markstrom makes the save, and a second stick tap opportunity. Markstrom stood solid as a rock there. Amadio was providing the screen as Osterley and him were in the middle of a net battle. Cross checks and everything, but it was held by Markey. 1:54 left to go in this first. Chandler Stevenson, and on the offensive zone draw. This will be bounced off a couple bodies. Number 55's got it. Noah Hanifin gets stick lifted, and you're going to need some help there now near the left side of the red line. Nazem Kadri breakout. Martin Pospisil. Nice back pass. It's Kadri. Backhand forehand. Good stop. That was Pospisil with a cheeky little play. Send it around here for Tanev. Now here's an extra one. Kadri's already got one. Kadri now. This is flubbed. It gets bounced up there. It goes back to number 91. He'll recollect. We'll shove this hard around the end boards here. Hanifin. Settle it down. Off the back pick, it's Petrangelo. And leave it here. As Petrangelo will get it to Alec Martinez. Little Alex and Alec on that side for Bruce Cassidy's squad. As this is flipped in, and this will be iced against the Golden Knights. As we're underneath 2 minutes left to go in this first. John, you're with on the call. We are watching this one on ESPN Plus. I know I could do this on locally for the 99 CBC side of Michigan, but we will just take the ESPN stream as far as the picture and everything else a little bit more reliable rather than using the Xfinity stream map, so we'll do that. Nazem Kadri, backhand forehand, gets denied 5-hole by Thompson. And then the face-off cut, Mangiapane trying to keep it alive. And this will fall to the Flames here. They'll get this into the neutral zone. Kadri in a 6-game point streak. Backhand! This one he gets denied by Logan Thompson. It looked like he had a gaping net to shoot at Mangiapane off the backhand, but Thompson said no. Yegor Sharangovich gets spinned around. Backlund trying to find it. And this goes in the player's bench. So we'll get another neutral zone draw. 41.5 left to go in this first. Shots on goal are 12-7 in favor of Calgary. So another giveaway. And it was Mangiapane, a late arriving back check for Frazee on that side. And if he didn't make that play, I think Mangiapane had an opportunity to go forehand, backhand, and score near the right side of the crease. He wasn't holding on near the right post, Logan Thompson. He would have had to cheat all the way over. I don't think he would have got there. Thompson's won the last 2 games. He's top 59 on a 62. He's up against it right now, though, as it's 2-0. It's only in the first. The VGK is so beat up right now. You're going to have to wonder, are they going to be able to manufacture enough effort to get back in this game? If they get one in this period right now with 22 seconds left, that does change the narrative. Nick Waugh, dispossessed. Sharangovich can't find it as it goes back to Nicholas Waugh. Put around the inboards now. Marchessault shoveled it for Waugh. Jonathan gets it back. Down to 8 seconds. He turns and shoots. Good save for Markstrom as he gets the whistle. No rebound. 5.7 left to go in this first. That's a big stop for Jacob there. Can't allow any extra goals, especially in this first. This one was easily played by Markstrom, but it was turned over right near the left side boards and allowed Jonathan Marchessault to be able to set up a nice play as the shot was fired on. Barbashev was near the doorstep, but Markstrom, solid as a rock, makes the save, no rebound. Face-off win for BGK. But this will be the Flames. They'll hold it against the wall, and that'll end the first period. Flames have a 2-goal lead. It's Coleman. It's Kadri. And they're up by 2 after 20. Come right back. We'll call the second period. Well, it's good time anyway. On the recorder, the batteries just died, so we got the first period in. Batteries die, and we will get the rest of it. I'll just replace these real quick. And then I'll go ahead and plug in my phone. Everything's about to die right now.
Maybe work on a novel, and I won't forget the little words out there. Actually, changed you. Just keeping it real. People still say that.
Especially progressive, and you can say whatever it's spend on whatever you dream of.
Right with your burger greens. Well done, please. I don't know if you can take those guys to cover the spread. When it gets cold,
Yeah, not everyone can handle the elements. You know, I never really got into all that cold weather stuff,
really green, I'm always taking the cold weather teams.
especially in the playoffs. You put me, the great ones tough it out, regardless of the weather. Should have brought my mittens. It's 48 degrees. Yeah, but the wind was whipping off that lake.
We're 30 miles from the lake.
Hi, we're Visible, bringing in 2024 with our New Year's resolution to save you money on wireless. Actually, we've got a 2 years resolution. Get one line with unlimited 5G data on Verizon's network, now just $20 a month for 24 months with no annual contracts. That's 2024 in 2024.
Just place these batters real quick and get a couple notes in, and then we'll go through the scoreboard.
Save on wireless? We got you. 1 year resolutions are so 2023. Sometimes the choice is just Visible. Switch and save this month only.
I'm bougie. I'm like $7 bougie.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut. Choose your $7 faves 7 days a week.
Because it's only a
Jeez.
deal if you love it.
Go on out, Pizza Hut.
Not everyone's training for a gold medal. Not everyone wants to go hard.
There we are.
Whatever you're starting, run your own race.
We'll go here. Let's plug this phone in.
Read the Peloton bike or bike yesterday at onepeloton.com. Turn to black.
Okay.
The NHL on ESPN Plus.
Let's type our notes in from the first period, and then we will go around the league and do the scoreboard. Appreciate you guys jumping in. I know there's a lot going on. There was a ton of NHL games. There's NFL football on Peacock right now. I think it's the Chiefs and the Dolphins. Try to get you that update as well. We got a lot to do today, so I'll try to get through all of it. It's probably going to take multiple intermissions. Let me make sure I get these notes typed in for the game story. Again, that's going to follow hopefulsportsguide.wordpress.com as always.
ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Closer to the names you know and need to know. Download the NHL app today.
First intermission from Vegas, Calgary, the 2-0 lead with Elliot Cleveland now in. Kelly Rudy and from TNT, Paul Vincent. I've heard of a late game here. That's good. We need that. I've heard of bad luck in Vegas, and you're bad luck for Vegas. What the heck's going on?
I had them on TNT the other night against the Avalanche. They lost 3-0. We had them at the outdoor game in Winter Classic. They lost 3-0. They can't score when I'm on the broadcast here. Gary Lawless is trying to pump their tires via text for me. I can't sell this team. I don't want to fall asleep, man. They give me an alcohol. Gary, where are you on broadcast? Right? I don't know what's worse luck for Vegas, you or the Winter Classic jerseys. They can't score with you watching. I can't score wearing them. They're actually not as bad on as they look. They look good. I like them. Yeah.
You were saying, though, Elliot, in fairness, I mean, 8 guys either on IR or LTIR for Vegas, right?
Well, also Eichel and Carlson, that takes out a huge chunk of the power play. Without those two guys, they're not only in terms of the setting up, but even getting in the zone. Without those guys, really hard.
It's kind of like tonight when we watched Winnipeg. No Kyle Connor, they've been amazing without it, but now Shifley, and it starts to net your guys. You can cover Calgary in this amazing first period run that they're on. They had 3 and 8 minutes in the game the other night. Sharangovich, obviously, Backlund and Andersson, and then we go back to January the 4th. It was Zary, and the two that scored tonight, who scored again 3 and 8 minutes. What's going on?
Well, Rick and Greg talked about the difficult schedule. That did start out. This is so impressive. The good start, considering 7 games in 12 nights in 4 different time zones.
All right, so let's take a look at the team stats. I got the notes typed in. We'll get those squared away in a minute for everybody. Shots are 12-8 for Calgary.
His career high is 22, and then Zary, you talked about him on
Hits 13-3 for Vegas. Face-offs.
Jamming the net. This has been a real good story for some of these Flames that just continue to find ways not only to get into the line,
11-8 for Vegas. Power play.
Early part of their half of the season. Something Craig Conway talked about that they needed to do that. And they really
1 for 2
20 points from
for Calgary.
Getting great offense there. Kind of cool.
Vegas 0 for 1. So at 11:06, Flames score on the second power play. It's Backlund, and a shot near the right dot hits Coleman up to the chest, but he finds the rebound as it hits the ice and puts it in. 1-0 past Thompson, and then Nazem Kadri, again, that goal was at 11:06. Nazem Kadri at 13:04, a couple minutes later. Sweet play by Kadri in the neutral zone with the back pass. I should say, instead of Kadri, I should say Zary. So Zary starts the play in the neutral zone with the back pass. He springs Andersson but misses the pass and stays with it. Kadri then gets the rebound and scores. So 2-0. Calgary's got the lead over Vegas after 1. So Blake Coleman just continues his torrid career high pace. Again, he would have been the lone all-star representative for the Flames that I would have selected, bar none. No disrespect to Elias Lindholm, but you should be giving it to the players that are having the best years or are the most deserving. That's the way that it's supposed to work. Blake Coleman has his 19th. Backlund and Andersson did the primary and secondary assists. And then Nazem Kadri. And Connor Zary. Nothing for Vegas in that period as far as the score sheet. So let's go ahead and go through the scoreboard. I'll try to do this as quick as I can. We probably can't do everything in complete autonomy with detail because there's just been so much. So your finals here locally, Red Wings win this one 5-3 over the Kings. The Kings get 3 power play goals, but it's not enough as Red Wings score 4 in the second. Of note, Andrei Kopitar tonight passed Sergei Fedorov for the most points all time. I believe he's in the 40s list now. So Andrei Kopitar continues to climb, and the first ballot Hall of Famer passes Red Wings legend Sergei Fedorov. Capitals, they start the early game. They get the 3-2 victory over the Rangers as the Rangers now have lost 4 straight. It's TJ Oshie with the game winner, 8:29 in the third. Nick Dowd, Anthony Mantha scored. Adam Fox scored a pair for the Blue Shirts. Canucks get a 1-0 win. Again, they have a host of all-stars. Again, the fan vote's going to do that, but I do love the fact that Thatcher Demko was able to get in. Sam Lafferty gets the only goal, assisted by Nikita Zadorov, former Flame. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen stops 22 out of 23, but Thatcher Demko stopped 26 out of 26 as the Canucks continue to be a wagon. Yes, that's the term that they use. The Sens and the Sharks. The Sens get a win, 5-4 over the Sharks. Again, that might come down to who cares at this point, because even with all the games that the Sens have to make up, they're not going to be able to get out of the basement. Here's a big one. I will take a time to stop with this one for a moment. The Florida Panthers win streak's over. New Jersey Devils, gigantic win. Alexander Holtz, Jesper Bratt, Eric Haula, and John Marino all score goals. Sam Reinhart scores yet again, his 31st on the power play. Big Bob gives up 3, 18 out of 21. And Dawes, let me make sure that I get this one correct. Nico Dawes. If New Jersey needs goaltending help, maybe they can get more Nico Dawes. 36 out of 37 for a .973 tonight. Good work in net against a very hot Panthers team. I believe they're going for 8 in a row when that got snapped. Maybe they were already worried. They're going for 9. The Avalanche come all the way back. They were down 3-0 after 1. They win 5-3 over the Leafs. Leafs will be in action alongside the Red Wings in Toronto tomorrow off the back-to-back. So Max Domi, Morgan Riley, and Timothy Liljegren, you don't see this very often. 3 straight unassisted goals. But Jonathan Drouin, Mikko Rantanen, Cogliano, McKinnon, and Ross Colton all score. Martin Jones, 28 out of 32. Alexander Gergiev, 26 out of 29. Not sure how Alexander Gergiev was able to get in on that fan vote, but again, it's the fan vote. I didn't think he was deserving of it, but he got in there. The Oilers come all the way back. They get 2 points against Canadians. They're only down 1-0. They win 2-1. So that will deny the Flames opportunity to gain some points in the standings. They're just going to have to keep winning. Cole Caulfield had the goal in the power play, but it was Draisaitl with his 20th, and then Bouchard his 10th for McDavid and Draisaitl. That's what the 3-on-3 looks like. Lightning all over the Ducks. Lightning continue to have a good stretch of games. They won 5-1. Win that one rather easily. This is a big one. We'll stop on this one for a moment. Carolina gets a 3-2 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's Pesce, Martinook, and Pesce again. Getzel and Russ score for the Pens. Ranta, huge, 38 out of 40. Tristan Jarry, 32 out of 35. Goaltenders were busy in this one as Carolina gets the big win. The Kraken win again. Their power play, I could say power play, but their streak in regulation continues. And their point streak now, I believe, is, I want to say 14 out of 16 as the win streak continues. Let me click on Seattle really quick and see how many games that is. 9 wins in a row for the Kraken. It's a 7-4 win. High scoring all over the place. Provorov gets a pair. Kirill Marchenko, his 14th on the power play. Emil Benstrom, all the goals for Columbus. But it's Jordan Eberle, Jared McCann, Ty Cartier, Bjorkstrand, McCann, Dumoulin, and Tolvanen. 6 out of 7 different goal scorers. Tarasov stops 29 out of 35 in the loss. Joey Decord, another win. Not his best game, but 30 out of 34. He does get the offensive support in this one against the Blue Jackets that you would expect. Flyers blank the Jets. Big win for John Tortorella's squad as Cam Atkinson gets a pair of points. Stars hold off the Blackhawks, who were down 1-0 after 2 score 3 straight. Bruins get an OT win over the Blues. Predators, they beat the Islanders. So again, Preds win, the Kraken win, the Oilers win. So that means the Flames have to keep pace. And again, we mentioned earlier a 6-0 win for the Coyotes over the Wild. Kerfoot, Bukestad. So a hat trick for Nick Bukestad. Keller, a couple goals as well. So 3 for Bukestad, 2 for Keller, 1 for Kerfoot. Philip Gustafson pulled 13 out of 18. He struggled. Marc-Andre Fleury in relief, 14 out of 15 in the loss. Connor Ingram, a 38-save shutout. Good for the young man as Arizona improves to 21-18-2, and they're continuing to try to fight for a wildcard spot. If it wasn't for the Flames, the Oilers and the Kraken and the Predators continuing to push, you could make the argument at 21-18-2 the Coyotes could be right there. I'm going to jump right back in. I'm just going to use a quick bathroom break.
Morgan Jackson, who is from Hanifin School in Greater Victoria. She was born in Courtney, BC, an Islander who will actually play hockey with us next Friday night. So Morgan, that was a simple little gesture, but a great one. The Canadians, fantastic tournament. They've won 6-0, 10-0, 11-0, 8-1 in the prelims. That's what happens when you get goalied. And Nita Sharangovich was the goaltender for Czechia. Tuesday in Calgary on Hockey Night in Canada. Our coverage continues from T-Mobile next.
Hey, what's going on?
I switched to H&R Block this year and had one of their experts do my tax this morning. Kind of a big win.
Oh, yeah?
And a refund advance loan, so I got money the day I filed. You can get $3,500. Pretty huge.
I don't think my guy offered that.
And it's interest-free.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. We got to pick up some milk. Great thinking.
You could get an interest-free refund advance loan up to $3,500 the day you file.
That's perfect. I can ask her. Are you an alum here?
No, I'm married to Tim.
Ah, shivery Timbo. Did he ever tell you the Unitube water polo story?
Yes, I have heard that a lot this weekend.
Hey, guys, too long you got married.
Where's the invite, dude? I crushed at wedding.
Are you betting against the home team at their own home tonight? They are so soft against the run. And their secondary's trash. Just remember to ask Dad when they lose.
Dad, you okay?
It's our phone bill. We pay for things that we don't need. Loaded bundles, reckless spending. No more.
That's a bit dramatic. A better plan is Verizon. That's a $25 a line.
Did you say $25 a line?
See if income makes you laugh, like Netflix and Max.
Oh, that's awesome.
Spaghetti night. Dinner and 30.
Oh, happy day. A better plan to save is Verizon. It starts at $25 per line, guaranteed for 3 years. You get both Netflix and Max for $10 a month, only on Verizon.
Here are dogs. We know our stuff. The China Grill is cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza made with a blend of ricotta and mozzarella and stuffed into the Papa John's.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I know we're going to be getting into the second period shortly. For those on the YouTube side or those that are listening in on the Twitter space, whenever they do, again, I just want to make the mention, as far as next week, I'm still going to be open to doing streams. John Weichel says the Leafs lost. Yes, they did. It was a comeback win, a 5-3 variety for the Avalanche. For next week, I'm still open to doing streams. I'm going to try to make sure that they're co-op, either with Alec Malva or Cooper Hopkins. I was able to work with Alec a few days ago when it was the Seattle Kraken and the Washington Capitals. Hopefully we can do more of that. As far as next week, I will be doing a little bit of article work. It's going to take me several days to do. But what I'm going to do with the All-Star starters announced, I know I did this a couple of years ago. I didn't do it last year, but I will have some time now because the Waterford Sharks don't do any games here locally at home until February 17th. So what I'm going to do is I'll make my own All-Star list. I'll go through the 32 teams. I'll give you a synopsis. I will put the official starters in there, but I will also give you my starters. And then I will also tell you one player that's been an outrageous performer this year and one player I'd like to see improve. So that's for all 32 teams in the NHL. So it's going to be quite a comprehensive look, but that is what I will be working on next week. And then maybe 2 or 3 streaming days as well in the interim. And again, I really don't have anywhere to go next week because all of the snow that has been hitting and the record cold that we're going to have with this, I'm not going to say nor'easter here in Michigan, but it's going to be about minus 10 for a couple of these days. I'm not going outside, especially with all the snow. So I'll just stick in, stay toasty, and work on the article work and get a couple more streams in next week. So let's pull back up the rosters here, and we'll get settled for the second period. So officially back in the play-by-play about 1945 left to go in the second. John Underwood, they were watching this one on the Sportsnet feed on ESPN+. It's the Flames and the Golden Knights. Again, all 32 teams were in action with 16 games, and I'm going to give you the late games. So thank you for staying up here with me. Rasmus Andersson now, as the Flames will try to go right to left. It's Jonathan Huberdeau. Getting the entry in the offensive end, holding off his backhand. Here's a shovel pass across. That would have been 3-0 if not for a stick in the lane as it denied Yegor Sharangovich. And now the Golden Knights will flip this one down. 30 goals in the last 7 games. They're almost averaging 4.3 goals per game. Backlund racing down. The captaincy for the Flames as this goes off the outside of the cage. No Hanifin. This will bounce up into the crowd. And we'll get the puck out of play as we're a minute into the second period. Again, thank you for joining me on the Hockey Night in Canada side of it. Again, I think that's what they'll be showing for the late game. After Hours with Scott Oak, I think is going to be Lawless and Mark Stone for the Vegas side of it. We'll see what they'll do some interviews. I know when it was Nazem Kadri before, I did record it with my broadcast partner, Cooper Hopkins, and put that in, a hopeless sports guy. If there is anything crazy on that side, maybe we can record it and throw that up there. Hanifin's pass as Tanev. This one gets taken down. Sent down off the chop. And now the Flames will have to recollect this across the blue line now. It's been all Flames here in the second period as far as the puck so far within the first minute 30. As this is sent down here, Osterley got to get on his horse. We'll put this back around Coleman around the inboards. No, Hanifin's still out there. He couldn't take a change yet. As this is sent all the way down, so it's not ice. The Flames and my Huska squad can do it now. I think that is what the Vegas Golden Knights were. I just noticed it now. Their Winter Classic jerseys. Didn't get a chance to follow that one like Nava, but it was a Seattle Kraken butt kicking against Vegas on that side. As this is Zary under pressure from Nick Waugh. And now Barbashev, Jonathan Marchessault. We're trying to put this around the end boards. Turn around, Barbashev, try to shoot, gets canceled off. McNabb lets it go through the traffic, and that one goes wide. As Vegas now finally gets a chance. Here's a one-timer, good stick out in front of the lane for the Flames. As it's Nazem Kadri. Off the toe drag. Kadri. One time we're going to walk right in. Wait out. Logan Thompson. Bounce up in the air. And it bounces off some bodies and doesn't cross the line. Nick Hague might have saved a goal there. As Rasmus Andersson, he gets dispossessed of the puck right as he's taking a change anyway. Hopefully they'll show that again on the Sportsnet feed, but I think it bounced up in the air and hit Nick Hague, and that's why it didn't go in. Nazem Kadri would add another one. As this is spun around. Ruzicka. He tried to get it here around the end boards, away from Pospisil, but now it goes back to him. As this is spun, Hague will recollect. Now turned over. Dylan Dubé will get this back to the defensive side. Weegar with a rocket. This goes off the stick of Logan Thompson. Rasmus Andersson will send it in deep. Jonathan Marchessault has been out there for about 2 minutes and 5 seconds. He can't get off the ice. Everybody else is starting to get their minutes added up, and this goes up and on a play. So thankfully for Marchessault, he get the heck off the ice. 17:05 left to go in the second. So I think we're going to get a replay now. So pass near the right side, Dodd didn't one-time it. Get a stick in the lane. It was either Hague or White Cloud that denied it. It bounced off a Hague stick up in the air. It bounced off the shoulder of Kadri. But if Hague doesn't get a stick on it, it's 3-0 Flames. So good work there for Nicholas Hague. He saved a goal for Vegas. And we will see if that continues. Vegas needs a pushback here. They're down 2-0. Understandable with all the injuries that we talked about in the beginning. It was going to be a difficult game. For the Flames, it's also a difficult game because this road stand, as far as the amount of miles that have been traveled, have been absolutely ridiculous, although they have the healthy bodies for the most part. And Oliver Shillington, I believe, has left the Players Assistance Program after about a year and now will be assigned to the Calgary Wranglers for a conditioning stint. So they have to get some more help. As Martinez, Pietrangelo crisscross, and one-timer goes wide near the right side wall. As this is put around here, Kolshar, and this one goes up and on a play. 16:33 left to go in the second. And we get a stoppage. As we get a half-and-half commercial break, and you always get a look at the outside lights of Sin City in Las Vegas. Again, I've been there once at T-Mobile Arena, able to watch the Red Wings play when Anthony Mantha scored the game winner against the Golden Knights. I was one of the few that was cheering on that end, but again, it was about a 50-50 crowd. It usually is that way on the Vegas side of it. You'd love to be able to travel, you watch some hockey, and see what the teams can bring. It's always very festive, party atmosphere. 3 assists in 3 career games against Vegas for Connor Zary. As good play for Markstrom, the captaincy for Vegas. Pick this one back up now. Sauce pass, turned over by Stone. Here's Backlund. And a shot is swallowed up by Thompson with the rebound. We'll go back for McNabb. And now Caden Korshak will get this one back down. Put this one near for Dorofeyev, and this one goes a little bit too wide. And now Rasmus. Try to get it a little too far for Mangiapane. Dorofeyev. One-timer stopped by Jacob Markstrom as this goes near the right side dot. Dorofeyev now trying to get pursuit as this is in near the pinch. Mangiapane now, as this goes into near the Flames bench. We'll go ahead and take his change. Jacob will leave it here for MacKenzie Weegar, former Florida Panther. This gets turned over. Good save for Markstrom, and then it bounces, I think, into his catching glove as he holds on. I thought it might have went on play, but it's in the breadbasket. 15:32 left to go in the second. MacKenzie Weegar, I know they're showing him a couple turnovers here for MacKenzie so far in this game. Rasmus Andersson tried to go up ahead for Mangiapane. That got turned over. Dorofeyev gets denied. And then MacKenzie Weegar with the pass. He threw right to Barbashev. And he was trying to aim for the top of the left post as he continues to shake his head. Markstrom makes a glove save right after the draw. And now the shots are 14-11 in favor of Calgary still. But Vegas trying to find that pressure for Bruce Cassidy's squad. And they're starting to do a little bit with 15:27 left to go in the second. Again, in the first intermission, we went across all the NHL scoreboard. In the second intermission, we'll probably go across the other sports and get that all squared away. Captain C. Michael Backlund can't win it. There's Barbashev, McNabb shot. This gets bounced. And now Blake Coleman, who's a plus 22, leads the Flames. Is bounced up. Good save from Markstrom as he hits with the stick. Flames lose it again. Barbashev. Good stop, Markstrom. As this is hit with the stick. And now turn. McWaw. He gets taken down. No penalty call, though, as now it's Andrew Mangiapane off the spin. Hanifin turns it, and it will deflect up out of the glass, and it'll be held by Logan Thompson. 14:55 left to go in the second. The shots on goal now read 15-13. So good offensive zone draw win. This was bounced a couple times. Markstrom made the first save off the deflection. A couple turnovers here for the Flames, though. You're starting to open the door for Vegas as far as getting back into this game. They get one. They might be able to get two and turn it completely around, even with all the injuries. Osterley, cross pass. Flames get taken out in front of the net. Pospisil try to get this near the right side dot as it's spun back around. Connor Zary. Power move to the net gets canceled off. And now Michael Amadio will get this one down. And now Martinez will push it ahead. There'll be an opportunity for Osterley. Now the Flames will see if they can make the transition a little more clean into the neutral zone here. Let's put Petrangelo. And now it'll be Michael Amadio. Normal third liner, but he's on the first line now with all of the injuries. As D. Simone picks it up. Martin Pospisil, it's 1-on-3. He'll go ahead and fire it in. As this bounces away from Logan Thompson. Now this is in behind his net. 14:05 will to go in the second. Pospisil taken down. Left to right, here come Vegas. In the Winter Classic jersey with the gray and the black pants and the gold striping. They have it now near the left side wing. Paul Cotter trying to hold this off the backhand. He'll turn. Ship it ahead. Deeper in behind the net as this bounces away from Frazee. Coughed up right in front. Where's the puck? This is picked up to the right side. Doubt block before they hit Markstrom here. And now these couple of pucks that continue to be turned over. They continue to be the story in the second. Markstrom has made some key saves, but the Flames have been sloppy here in this second period, especially after 2 minutes have gone. 13:40 left to go in the second.
Today, a basic box score just won't cut it. Get the stats behind the stats with NHL Edge. Know more about every stat, every stat, every star with NHL Edge.
That's perfect. I'm not gonna ask her. Are you an alum here?
No, I'm married to Tim.
Ah, shiver me Timbo. Did he ever tell you the unit 2 water polo story?
Yes, I have heard that a lot this weekend.
Hey, Timmy Timbo, you got married? Where's the invite? You got crushed at wedding.
Are you betting against the green team at the end? They are so salty this season. And their secondary's trash. Just a little bit of ice out on the news.
Hey, what's going on?
As much the H&R blog this year, and had one of their experts do my tax this morning. That was a big win.
Oh, yeah?
And refund advance loans, so I got money the day I filed. You can get it for $3,500. Pretty huge.
I don't think my guy offered that.
It's interest free.
Oh.
Yeah, we got to pick a smell. Great Phoenix.
You can get an interest-free refund advance loan up to $3,500 the day you file.
Team, it's been a while, but I think I've aged too well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest? Who's the cheesiest? Cheesy, official sponsor of the college football playoff. Right Sports.
So let's take a look at this again as it's shown on Sportsnet. Predators and Oilers have the lead in the wild card. Predators with 49 points, Oilers with 47, although they got 4 games down in Nashville. Flames have 43 points. There are 2 points outside if they win today. Blues, Coyotes just there with 1. Seattle up by 2 if the Flames win today on that side with 47. So Nashville's been pretty good, but Edmonton and Seattle have been hot as heck of late, and they've been able to continue this long win streak. That's why the Flames, even though they've been pretty good in their last 12, 8 out of 8-4 in the last 12 on that side, but they need to continue to win. Right now, they're still up 2-0 against BGK. Coleman, Backlund goes off sides. Lead NHL with 11 players with 20-plus points this season. Good balanced scoring here for the Flames, and you knew they needed it because, again, when you lose Johnny Gaudreau, when you lose Matthew Tkachuk, hell, when you lose Tyler Toffoli in the Yegor Sharangovich trade didn't look too good early. It looks pretty good right now on that side. So I said, are the Golden Knights' injuries a concern at the moment? Right now, in the two votes, they're split at 50-50. Again, you can say the split on that side because of all of the points that the Golden Knights have accumulated early, and that could allow you to be able to get through an 82-game season. But again, from a few years ago, Golden Knights had this same problem and they never got healthy. Sometimes teams don't. Osterley spun back around in his own end as he's trying to get picked up by Nick DeSimone. And now Haig will cut this one off as this gets dumped in deep. And they collected it for Adam Ruzicka. AJ Greer, the fourth, lines up right now for Ryan Huska's squad. As good play for Kolesar. Try to get this one now. Keegan Kolesar still trying to make something happen. Zach Whitecloud back to Keegan near the right side dot. I don't even know how they saw it. This bounced up out of play. That's what happened to that one. 12-28 left to go in the second. At first, I thought Markstrom might got a piece of it, but honestly, using the butterfly and everybody else was standing up around him. The whole top of the net was open, but it was also hard to shoot at nonetheless because there was so much traffic. It would have had to have taken an insane deflection as we're getting a look at Jonathan Marchessault on the Vegas bench. Elias Lindholm, the All-Star representative for the Calgary Flames. He's going to go ahead and take this one, although I would have given it to Blake Coleman. That's just me. Put around the inboards now for Yegor Sharangovich, as it's Rasmus Andersson, the assistant captain. We'll leave it here for MacKenzie Weegar, as this will bounce up. Huberdeau gets dispossessed of the puck, and now it's the captaincy and Markstrom. Stone going and settle this back just kept in across the blue line is number 61. We'll try to find it. Stone and Lindholm will battle for the puck as this is recollected off a skate blade. Jumped too far for Jonathan Huberdeau, but this will be recollected. In between a couple of the defense here is it's Alec Martinez and Alex Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo makes the cross pass. Barbashev try to get this one for Stone, and this is settled back down. Martinez is Sharangovich leaves in pursuit. Bounces off of Hanifin. Good stick reach for Hanifin, though. As it's Huberdeau, he's got Pospisil with him. Pospisil falls down, gloves it with his hand. It bounces off his leg, tries to get back up. And now this is lifted into the neutral zone where Chris Tanev has it. Tanev settled it down for Hanifin, so the top line back out there on defense at least. Pospisil, he'll shoot. This goes high off the inboards, and this will go back to the defense. Tanev. Connor Zary, they'll let one go and stop by Thompson. 11:06 left to go in the second. Shots are now 16-14 in favor of the Flames. They still lead 2-0. Again, their zone entries, especially on defense, have been very sloppy on that side, and I think they're fortunate to still be up 2-0, considering the amount of times they've turned it over in the second. If they continue this in the third, the door's already open, and it seems like it's a little bit ajar. Vegas could come all the way back if they continue to turn it over in the middle of the slot, in the high part of the blue line, allow some rebounds. It's kind of been Vegas' period here, even with all the injuries, kind of self-inflicted things, although it hasn't bitten Calgary yet. So Pospisil is in after Kadri gets waved off the draw against Brett Howden, and Howden will win this one clean, because we got 11 minutes left to go in the second. So Korshak will get this one in as this is bounced off the referee. 10:56. I guess we're going to get an icing nonetheless. This will mean that Vegas cannot change. We're at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. John here with on the call. We are following the late game. It was a full slate of action in the NHL. All 16 games, all 32 teams in action. And we have teams 31 and 32. We got the late game here with you tonight, as we're watching this one on ESPN Plus, although look at Hockey Night in Canada on CBC as well. So one by Kadri, it's Jordan Osterley. This is in the high slot now, Pospisil. He shoots it through the trees. This is recollected for the Flames and then picked up now near the left dot as Vegas pick it back up. DeSimone Off the half pinch. He gets dispossessed. Good play there for Korczak to get this one near the right side. Korczak will fire it, and this bounces off of Markstrom. Nazem Kadri trying to make a play, falls down near the right side boards, and now Nazem will get a chance to get back up, make the play. As Jordan Osterley can take it right to left. Finds the entry, drop for Pospisil, and a major wrist shot. This one goes high. This is an opportunity now for the captaincy and Mikael Backlund to go ahead and fire it in. Everybody amongst the change. It was a 1-on-4. Backlund had to fire it in. Barbashev able to stay on side off the off wing. This is knocked away from Korczak. Now McWaugh will go ahead and spin this one around. Jonathan Marchessault, number 81, still dancing with it as he's got the edge on the left side red one, trying to leave this for Nicholas Waugh. Waugh, here's a short side one-timer, stopped by the left pad of Markstrom. And this is gloved down by the Flames. This will be picked up here for Vegas as they'll get this across the night logo. Barbashev dancing and not kept in across the blue line now as it's Mangiapane off the 1-on-2. Here's the cross. Coleman in between his legs as Backlund will spin this one in deep. 9:15 thereabouts left to go in the second. John Underwood in the call. It's still a 2-0 lead for the Flames. Both of those goals are in the first. It's Coleman and Kadri with the tallies right now. Nothing yet for Vegas. Dylan Dubé now. Backhand will dump this one in across the red line from 100 feet. They settle back down for the former St. Louis Blues captain, Alex Pietrangelo, but the captaincy now belongs to Mark Stone. Martinez. Here's a good stretch. It's a 3-on-2. Drop for Stone. Extra pass. And it hit the post. I was waiting for a goal call there for a moment as Markstrom was looking behind him. Perfect passing, perfect entry, and I think it kissed the right side of the bar. So Martinez makes the stretch pass. It was dropped to Stone, extra pass to Orfiev, and it hits the top of the right bar and stays out as we go to break.
It's easy to own a home car. It's easy to get.
Are you alone here?
No, I'm married to Tim.
Ah, shiver me Timbo. Did he ever tell you the inner tube water polo story?
Yes, I have heard that a lot this weekend.
Hey, Timmy Timbo, you got married? Where's the invite? You got crushed at wedding.
Are you betting against the home team at the home tonight?
They are so sunk against the run, and their secondary's trash.
Just remember to act sad when you lose.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic.
Again, when we get to the second intermission, I will go across the NBA and NFL scoreboard. We haven't done that yet so far. We went through all the NHL games. Again, I have the late game between Vegas and Calgary as it's 2-0 so far on this side for Calgary still as we're getting late in the second period. So January 20th, it'll be Hockey Day in Canada, the late game with the Battle of Alberta between the Oilers and the Flames. Maybe Cooper Hopkins will join for that one. It'll probably be our next Flames broadcast will be next weekend. Another late game for you. Pull back up the rosters here. So 8:35 officially left to go in the second as it gets dispossessed from Huberdeau. Now a drop, big one-timer, and right in the breadbasket of Markstrom. No hold on. Elias Lindholm is going to go into the players' bench. It looks like he's holding on to an arm. Let's see what happened here. As Lindholm, he ran into Sharangovich, and the only reason he did is Stevenson kind of set in a half pick, got nowhere to go. He bumped heads, so they might put him in the concussion protocol. Got hit in the jaw looks like, for Lindholm. So hopefully he's okay. Lindholm 11 points, 10 assists in the last 14 games. So hopefully the Calgary All-Star is okay, as it's possible he'll win the draw, as Kadri got knocked out of it again and sent down. Big hit that he had to absorb. You got to watch out for the concussion issues there. Sharangovich. That was a contact there for Elias Lindholm, so hopefully Yegor Sharangovich is okay down there as well, as this is near the left side for VGK, but intercepted it for the Flames. Waiting for everybody to get on side. Couldn't do so, as now Vegas trying to take this one left to right in their Winter Classic jerseys. Gigantic hit near the players' bench. See if there might be some pushing and shoving here, but the camera hasn't cut. 7:50 left to go in the second. Vegas still down 2-0. They hit a post. They've had some good steals in this second period. They probably had the better of play. I would definitely say that, but they're still scoreless. If they can continue this, it wouldn't surprise me that Vegas could at least tie this game, even with the mash unit that they have out there right now. Marchessault, as it's knocked away from DeSimone, but Jordan Osterley. Leaving it for Blake Coleman. That's a good kick ahead. All the way down, though. They're going to wave off the icing. 7:20 left to go in this second. Marchessault will get this one across as Haig find the entry. He's trying to skate in between DeSimone, but Osterley now will play the chip in off the glass. 5-4 overtime win against the Flames. Stone scored the one in OT, and I remember because I watched that game as I was spun around the inboards. Backlund now will try to head and get this near the right side dot. I'll turn and shoot it in deep. It's Blake Coleman. Good chip ahead for Andrew Mangiapane. He gets pressed up against the glass. Andrew now will find it as he's got this near the left side red line. Still trying to get through some contact here. About 6:40 left to go in this second. Nick Waugh still trying to dispossess Mangiapane with the puck. The refs can blow the play dead whenever they want to. Waugh will go ahead and pick his stick up. And now Barbashev. Flames don't mind killing some more time here. Good outstretched pass. Able to stay onside was Marchessault. It's one-on-one. Marchessault, Aspen turning, shoots. Markstrom makes the save. What a spectacular play by Marchessault. Pietrangelo can't hold it in. He almost made something out of nothing. Pietrangelo now racing down the right wing side as this goes in off the wall. Keegan Kolesar will try to go ahead and find it. There's a rocket of a 1-T off the outside of the glass, centered out in front. Flames can't find it. The shot goes wide again. Keegan Kolesar. Here's Vegas starting to buzz. Kolesar near to the right side. Get this in behind the net now. As it's an opportunity, Dorofeyev, one-timer, sets it back up to his defense. And mercifully, this goes down the zone. Flames can take a change. They better be quick about it, though. 5:35 left to go in this second, as it's Pietrangelo. He'll go ahead and get this one down and bounces back to Alec Martinez. 17 goals this season for Marchessault, but none in the last 8 games. As Marchessault says, hey, what's the icing about? I don't understand that. I think he might have a point. 5:29 left to go in this second. So Waugh. He went and made the play. Marchessault had a one-on-one. Off the half spin. He got around Noah Hanifin. He blew right by. A little bit of L2 there. That was completely clean, and then he whistled the backhand like Patty Kane. 2 goals and 6 assists and 8 points last 7 games against the Flames. Jonathan Marchessault is always a pain, as this is blocked right out in front. Flames will get it now. Dylan Dubé, he does have some speed. Near the right side dot, this goes up the left pad of Thompson. Save will take it up on our play. Shot board 17-16. 2-0 is still the scoreline. We're down to 5:12. We'll have to go in the middle frame. Flames still up by a pair.
I'm a guy who lost a bet and my dignity. As if watching my team lose wasn't punishment enough. What are you looking at, Aubrey? It's a 1-speed. Hey, dip cut rate car insurance? Odds are you'd be paying for that yourself. So get Allstate. You're better protected from mayhem. Like me. Hey! I'm walking in a...
I like your burger, Greens. Well done, please.
I don't know if you can take those guys to cover the spread. Weather gets cold, and they come.
Yeah, not everyone can handle the elements. You know, I never really bought into all that cold weather stuff.
Really, Green? I'm always taking cold weather teams.
Especially in the playoffs. You couldn't.
The great
great ones tough it out, regardless of the weather. Should all wins. It's 48 degrees. Yeah, but the wind was whipping that high lake. We're 30 miles from the lake.
From the intensity of the pitch to the beauty of the tiki-taka, from city rivals to El Clásicos, here's where legends are born. And every match is a spectacle. Celebration like no other. For the love of football, for the love of La Liga, live sports.
Rivals watch Sharangovich and Philippe Glenn go head-to-head as Montreal hosts Toronto January 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern on CBC Channel.
Well, if you're a Calgary Flames fan, you're going to really like this picture. As Lindholm goes back to the bench, seems to be okay and ready to go.
So checking back in as we're getting late into this second period. Still a 2-0 lead for the Calgary Flames. Elias Lindholm back on the ice. He is going to go ahead and take this draw. He had a collision there with Yegor Sharangovich. Kind of a little bit of a back pick there. One-timer from Sharangovich. So again, that line is back out there. Sharangovich and Lindholm. They look no worse for wear. Lindholm finishes his check. Sharangovich try to get a stick lift. Vegas will try to take this left to right. They've had a lot of this puck in the second period. They played a good period. And Calgary's had some self-inflicted turnovers. But with those goal scorers that are out, mainly one of them, Jack Eichel, kind of wonder where it's going to come from VGK. It's pretty top-heavy. As Huberdeau will send this one across way too hard for his defense. And this will get sent all the way back down where Jacob Markstrom will go ahead and knock it down. As far as some of the points here, if they get a chance, a little bit of the break, I'll go ahead and relay that to some of you here on this side. But for the Vegas Golden Knights, you have Markstrom with 40. You got Eichel with 44. Carlson with 32. So you got Eichel, Carlson out. You got Marceau in. Chandler Stevenson only has 19. So two of the big linchpins, alongside one of the original 10, Carlson's out. And this is a deflected chance. This just missed. Barbashev now near the right side. Jonathan Marceau try to get this back to his defense, and this is too far. He'll go back outside to the neutral zone. So Marceau, his stretch pass, finds Tanev. Tanev will safely get this out to the neutral zone now as this is recollected and across the red line, and we get a whistle for whatever reason. 8-3-1 record of late against the Flames is VGK. It's kind of been a house of horrors a little bit, but this is a mash unit right now. And even with all the miles that Calgary has traveled during this road trip, you got to be able to take advantage of it when 2 points seem to present itself, even when you're in the fortress. That's just the way that I see it. And they also don't have to deal with Aiden Hill, because Aiden Hill tried to come back a little bit early, and he's had a setback. So it's Logan Thompson in net, who was no slouch. Again, he made the All-Star team last year as Osterley. Put this across the red line for Mangiapane, fire it in as Logan takes a look at it. Won by the Flames, fired off of a severe angle and held for Thompson. 3:32 left to go in the second as the shots are now even at 17 apiece. So I will say this, the Vegas Golden Knights jerseys to me look better than the All-Star jerseys this year. Although when I did get a chance to look at them initially on the Twitter/X space on that end, they may not be the worst jerseys of all time. I'm just not a fan of them myself. If you get a chance to look at it, it kind of looks like Heinz ketchup and mustard, and then you mix in a couple others, like a very strong blue, and I forget what the other color was on that side. They weren't really good. And if that's what Fanatics has to leave us for the next 9 years, God forbid if anyone wants to go out and get a jersey where the logos are backwards and anything else. Yes, they're a little cheaper, but they're poorly made, as it's Pietrangelo now. Into the traffic, this is stopped by the right pad of Markstrom. Flames can't get it out with Jordan Osterley, and now pinned against the wall a couple times. Dorofeyev and Howden try to get this one across. Paul Cotter has it off his backhand. 2:55 left to go in the second. He's just brushed across the blue. Mangiapane plays it. Good stretch pass. Backlund scores! Mangiapane to Backlund. And the Flames really did not touch this puck very much. In the second period, But yet the dads are happy. They're still along on the road stand. There are some visiting Flames fans. And the captaincy, Michael Backlund, gives the Flames a 3-0 lead with 2:51 left to go in the second. So it was a good force-out play near the left side blue line. Mangiapane. There was a 2-on-1. Backlund finds it forehand backhand for Michael Backlund. He puts it past Thompson, and the Flames take a 3-0 lead. Sweet goal there for Michael. And that's almost a 5-hole against Thompson. No chance. Off the 2-on-1. Good work. Even the refs are having a little bit of smile there. And Blake Coleman is as well. I know his dad, Rusty, has to be very happy with how his son was playing this year. Again, all of your sons would be proud they'll be in the NHL. But man, oh man, Blake Coleman has been ridiculous. As this is picked up off the backhand. This goes off the outside of the post. AJ Greer stops a goal. I don't see a hand in the air. And this will be kept in the blue line side. Another chance of how close would that be? Coleman gets another point, though, off the secondary assist. As this is an opportunity. Settle back down. This is Vegas with the chance and right in the catching glove of Markstrom. He gets a head tap even for Frazee on that, so for a good save. Don't see that very often. As their profile on number 25 here, Jacob Markstrom. I know he's had some misplays behind the net. It's a little bit of an adventure so far in this game, but he's played stout. Markstrom's been good, and we'll see what they can do in the final 20 here pretty soon, as Markstrom now has a 3-goal lead. That one went off the outside of the cage there for Frazee. Shot off the 1-tee, off the draw. Alec Martinez as Markstrom picks it back up. Now Dorofeyev will try to go ahead and get it as it's canceled across the wall. Hanifin, good pass for Stone as this is locked down here for Pietrangelo near the left side blue line. Now Chandler Stevenson put it around the inboards for Stone. Dorofeyev now here for Stone, and Alec Martinez will find the push. It's Chandler Stevenson. Stone right out in front, and he missed the net as this goes near the right side dot. Huberdeau, no trip out in front there. Hanifin will find it. Flames will get it out. Jonathan Huberdeau's the trailer. Sharangovich, offside entry off a stick chop. 1:38 left to go in the second. Michael Backlund with the latest goal. It is Coleman with the second point of the game of Mangiapane primary, and that's why it's 3-0. Calgary's got the lone goal of the second. They had the first two of the first. Again, I normally wouldn't broadcast a game that I feel like is going to be out of reach, but it's been such a crazy road stand for the Flames, and Vegas just got beat up all of a sudden on that side. It was the last game against Boston. They had 3 players go down. We already had the game marked in on the schedule. I wanted to get something on the late night to be able to stay up with you on the Hockey and Canada side. Again, I still think Vegas can get a couple. Third goal might be hard to get at this point. Backlund scored 20 seconds in the game Thursday against the Coyotes. He's got the latest one now. It's Marchessault. His stretch pass will be played off the inboards here for Nick Waugh. And have to be picked back up here for Rasmus Andersson. Weegar going to have to provide some support. MacKenzie Weegar has had some giveaways in this game, but not been scored upon yet. So you always feel good when that happens, when you're living right. 1:10 left to go in this second as it's flipped in. Rasmus Andersson try to win a board battle. As this is for Keegan Kolesar. Nick Waugh now. As this is bounced away from Martin Pospisil. In the backhand defense for Nick Hague. We'll go ahead and settle it in for Jonathan Marchessault. Fired it around the red line. 50 seconds left to go in the second. Again, Vegas needs this next goal. Calgary already got it. They got a 3-0 lead. At least they could take, God forbid, a 2-0 lead in the dressing room right now against the Vegas team that has really kind of beat them up a little bit. They were able to lose some games in overtime here and there, but Vegas has had the best of this matchup so far. Not in this game in particular, but throughout the history, as this goes near the right dot. This is bounced for the right side dot, picked up now Michael Amadio off the touch. It'll be Barbashev. He gets taken down with the stick, no call. Not a lot of penalties to be called here. 2 power plays for Calgary in the first, just 1 for Vegas. Nothing in the second. Sent back around the inboards for Nick Hague. That's going to end the second period. It's Michael Backlund with the latest goal. Calgary takes a 3-0 lead in the dressing room. Come right back, cold third.
quiet street.
The garage is a bit of a black hole.
Yeah, everything is.
She'll be back.
Hey, we gotta clean this place out.
See if I want to go in there? Okay, Debbie.
Let me go ahead and get the second period notes, and then we will go ahead and give you second period intermission. We already went through the hockey scoreboard in the first, but we'll go through the NBA and the NFL.
eBay authenticity guarantee is checked by experts. Every stitch was tagged with a logo. So you'll always have that feeling of freedom. We were made to act spontaneously. We were made to help plan accordingly.
Take the chance to grip those football squares and you can win up to $10,000 in bonus prizes. Just place a qualified same-game parlay bet and get a square at no extra cost. If the numbers match, you win. Grip those football squares.
From the intensity of the pitch to the beauty of the deep dugout. From city rivals to the classicals.
So let me just say this. Flames in the second period, I said they started to look very sloppy in the defensive end. Nick Wall got denied alongside Dorofeyev and Amadio. He had some chances go off the post. Flames almost score as Haig made a goal save with the stick, and the rebound hits Kadri in the shoulder. 3-on-2, Stone passes Dorofeyev, and hits top of the right crossbar. Flames dodge a bullet. Late goals have been the name of the game, however. At 17:09, it's Backlund and Mangiapane on a 2-on-1. Mangiapane able to make the cross pass. Backlund goes forehand backhand up to puck collect at the very last moment in tight and scores off Logan Thompson. That's your second period reset. Let's go ahead and give you the team stats after two. Shots on goal are 19-18 for Calgary. Hits, this is not even close right now. I'm not saying the Flames aren't a physical team, but they're not really caring about this department right now. Hits are 26-5 in favor of Vegas. Face-offs, 21-19 for Calgary. They've caught back up in that zone. Power plays. No power plays in the second. So that means Vegas is still 0 for 1, and the Flames are 1 for 2. Takeaways are 8-7 for Calgary. Giveaways are 5-3 Calgary on that side. Don't want to lead in giveaways, but they had a couple bad ones in that second period. They don't get scored on. So I'm going to duplicate this window, and let's go ahead and go through the NFL scoreboard, and then we'll go through the NBA scoreboard as we're in the middle of the second intermission. The Flames are 20 minutes away for keeping pace with the Edmonton Oilers and the Nashville Predators and the Seattle Kraken as far as still being 3 points out of a playoff spot should they get the win today. So if you are a football fan and you are a fan of the home team, I had predicted one of these to be a blowout early on that side when I talked with Alec Nava. I didn't get a chance to always do the NFL picks against the spread as far as the audio, but we always did them every week. But I was on record a few days ago saying I think the Texans are going to win big against the Browns. It's going to be a blowout. And I felt like it was going to be. How about this? 45-17, the Texans move on. They destroy the Cleveland Browns, 45-14, I should say. C.J. Stroud, terrific. 16 out of 21 for 274 yards and 3 touchdowns. Joe Flacco gets sacked 4 times. He throws 46 times for 307 yards, but it's 1 touchdown, 2 picks, 4 sacks. Devin Singletary, 13 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. I know Singletary also catches a few. He didn't have a lot today. Nico Collins, the Michigan man, 6 receptions, 96 yards, a touchdown. Brevin Jordan, 1 76-yard touchdown. Dalton Schultz, a 37-yard touchdown. And John Michie III had 3 catches for 44 yards. David Njoku was the man, 7 receptions, 93 yards. Cleveland defense, Myles Garrett, a few more tackles for him. Desmond King, 7 solo tackles, 12 total. Riley Patterson didn't have any kicks. Tommy Fairburn, 1 of 1. As the Houston Texans win a rout, 45-14. So here's the other one. You're in Arrowhead, Kansas City Dolphins. I didn't see how the Dolphins get a chance to do this one because the weather was like -10 in Kansas. It was a 26-7 victory for Miami. Their only touchdown kind of came from a pass interference that gave them field position. Tua Tagovailoa, 11 sacks. Am I reading that right? 2 out of 11 says on the sack side of it. Holy cow! For the Kansas City Chiefs, 2 for 11 yards. Excuse me, 2 for 11 yards for Tua Tagovailoa. He got sacked twice. 2 for 11 yards. 20 of 39 for 190 yards. 199 yards, a touchdown, and interception. Patrick Mahomes, 23 of 41 for 262 and a touchdown. Mahomes also had 2 rushes for 41 yards. So about 303 total yards on the day. Raheem Mostert only rushed for 33 yards on the ground. Isaiah Pacheco, 24 for 89 yards and a touchdown. Rashee Rice, 8 receptions for 130 yards and a score. Tyreek Hill, former Chief, 5 catches, 62 yards and a touch. Jason Sanders didn't have any kicks, but Harrison Butker, 4 out of 4. His career, not career long, but long was 32 yards. He was 4 for 4. And Patrick Mahomes looked good. And the Chiefs and the Texans both win their home games. So what does that leave for the rest of the weekend? It's pretty good. I think that the Steelers and Bills were flexed for Monday. So you have 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow, and 2 games on Monday, on Martin Luther King Day. I think that's a good flex. So Packers-Cowboys start the early game, 4:30 Eastern. That's on Fox. 12-5 are the boys. They're 8-0 at home. So they're going to want to continue that. They play the Packers, probably get the easier matchup of the day. The Packers are 9-8. And the Lions and the Rams will play each other. First ever playoff game at Ford Field. They're 12-5, 6-2 at home. The Rams have been super hot of late. I think they've won 7 of the last 8. Stafford versus Goff, 2 of the quarterbacks that were on the other side. I'll be watching that one with bated breath. I don't believe the Lions are going to win that game. I'm not trying to pick against my own team. I'm just really worried about the injury with Sam Laporta, some of the stuff on defense. And when it's Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and Matthew Stafford, that passing attack is going to be hard for the Lions secondary to deal with. So the spread is 3-4 in favor for the Lions, but I think that that's a big number for the Rams. I think they'll cover it and win outright. I'll take the Cowboys to win at home. And Monday games, Steelers and Bills, Eagles and Buccaneers. Right now, the spread for the Bills is 10. I think that spread's too high. Maybe the Steelers win it, but I'll take the Steelers to cover. And for the Bucs and the Eagles are favored by 3. Again, they're only favored by 3 because the Bucs only scored 9 points against the Panthers. They did not get a touchdown. They had to win the division. The Eagles have been awful lately. They've backed into the playoffs. But the Eagles have the easiest matchup of anybody left in the playoffs right now. They have to win this game against the Bucs. So I'll take the Eagles. Every time I've taken them, they've lost, but I feel like they got to get it done. So give me the Bills to win, Steelers cover, Eagles win and cover outright against the Bucs. I'll take the Cowboys. The spread is 7. I think they'll win by more than that. And I'll take the Rams to win and cover outright. The spread of 3. So they're getting 3. I'll take them to win the points and to beat the Lions. Let me go with the NBA scoreboard. Let's get into your finals. I think the only game that is left is the Jazz leading the Lakers 122-115. The Lakers would fall to 20-20. The Jazz would improve to 21-20. But your finals: Bulls 122-116 over the Spurs. Spurs fall to 7-31, but it's nowhere near as bad as the Pistons, who only won 3 games. Pelicans all over the Mavs. They win 118-108. We'll take a deeper dive into that score. Jordan Hawkins. It is the, let me make sure that I get this correct. The Yukon man continues to get this done. We watched them win the national championship with Alec Nava. I had to think about that for a minute. So Hawkins gets 34. Kyrie Irving, 33. No Luka Doncic today. He was 12-27. Tim Hardaway Jr. had a strong game, 24 points. Derek Jones Jr., 24 points. It's hard to believe that Dallas couldn't win that one. The Thunder get a 112-100 win over the Magic. The Magic now. Man, weren't the Magic like one of the hottest teams in the NBA, and now all of a sudden they're 21-18. They have been losing a host of games of late. So 1-2-3 won a couple, 1-2-3. So they've lost 6 of the last 8. And then they would win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 4. They've not been playing well of late, the Orlando Magic. They're still second in the Southeast, but they've been losing a lot of games of late. Paulo Banchero with 20. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 11-12 from the line, 13-20 from the field. He is ridiculous. 37 points, 7 assists, 3 steals, and a block. More finals for you. Bucks all over the Warriors, 129-118. Knicks beat the Grizz, 106-94. Knicks moved to 23-16. The Wizards, they get an important win, but they're only 7-31. They beat the Hawks, 15-23 of the Hawks. That's bad. 127-99. Celtics edge the Rockets in a high-scoring affair. They stay undefeated at TD Garden. They win by 145-113. I almost thought that said 115. No, it's 145-113 as the Celtics get a monster win over the Rockets, who played up the back-to-back, and they beat the Pistons by 2. 32 points for Jaylen Brown, 11-15 from the field. Cam Whitmore, 22 points off the bench. And Alperen Şengün held to 19, but he did have 10 rebounds and 4 steals. So that's going to do it for your intermission report. I think I'm going to keep the voice and everything else all squared away. Sheila says hi and go Flames go. Sheila, I think you're feeling pretty good right now as the Flames have a 3-0 lead after 2 periods of play. Let me make sure I go ahead. I got the goals written down, but let me type them in as far as the game story. That'll be at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. So Backlund from Mangiapane and Coleman, the captaincy, scores the latest at 17:09. So your goal scorers: Blake Coleman on the power play from Backlund and Rasmus Andersson, and then it was Nazem Kadri from Connor Zary, and then Backlund, Mangiapane, and Coleman once in the second. Vegas does not have any goals yet to speak of.
Hi, we're Visible, bringing in 2024 with our New Year's resolution to save you money on wireless. Actually, we've got a 2 years resolution. Get one line with unlimited 5G data on Verizon's network, now just $20 a month for 24 months with no annual contracts. That's 20 for 24 in 2024. Yep, we're pretty proud of that. Your goal to go to the gym more? You're on your own. But a 2 years resolution to save on wireless? We got you. 1-year resolutions are so 2023. Sometimes your choice is just visible. This month only.
The Home Depot committed to the trade gap.
I'm bougie. I'm like $7 bougie.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut.
I hope I didn't rip my trash portion of the cable way off the top side, as it came right out of the phone. I didn't mean to do that. But we'll also have to buy another one of those cables if that ever happens. But it looks like we're still charging here. So one more note, again, before we get into the third period. As far as next week for me, I will be open to a couple of streams. I will be working on a NHL All-Star article. So we know the fan vote has been done today, and the initial All-Stars have been announced as well. I'm going to go through all 32 teams. I will get a small capsule, and then I will also give you a top performer from each team and a player that I think needs to improve in the second half. And once that is done and gets all uploaded probably sometime next week, that'll be all good to go. It's going to be lengthy and comprehensive. I worked on that a couple of years ago, but now that I don't have to do a Waterford Sharks game until February 17th, during the middle of February on that side, I will go ahead and get this done, and then next week try to find a way to work with Cooper Hopkins or Alec Nava on that side. Again, it's been a little while since Cooper and I have touched base, and then we kind of texted back and forth from the national championship game and all that. He's still in the mix of a little bit of travel, so that's why we haven't reconnected as much. But once that happens, we're going to get close here now for halfway through the season, a little bit past that through the All-Star portion once we get to that in February. But the article should be released probably sometime. I'm going to give myself some time here. Look for that probably on the 22nd, maybe the Monday side, or the 22nd to 24th. On that end, I want to give myself some time. Maybe also do a couple of broadcasts next week, try to get that double teamed either with Cooper Hopkins or Alec Nava and myself, as this should be a lot of fun as far as broadcasts next week. Again, for ESPN Plus, anything you guys want me to cover, just let me know. So stats after 40. Flames, 3 goals to the Golden Knights, nothing. 19 shots to 17. Shot attempts, 46, 43 for VGK. Vegas with just 1 power play. Calgary Flames with a pair of power plays.
There are trucks, and then there's the truck. Top performer is a perfect description of the Texas Tiger.
I'm never sure which. The Texas Tiger, number 20.
So they're doing the Calgary Flames dads talk about the starting lineup as they've been traveling on this trip. Man, they've been good. It's been so many thousands of miles for the Flames right now. And again, they've been 8-4 in their last 12. We're going to try to go 9-4 on that. So look, he's got the Flaming Sea all signed up with all the Flames there on that side. Very cool. So let's get into the play-by-play. Third period, about 19:45 left to go in this third. Flames have a 3-0 lead and a shot by Stone, absolutely stonewalled by Jacob Markstrom, who made a terrific save right in the catching glove. And here for Jacob, he looks none too bothered by anything right now. You read his body language. He's calm, cool, and confident right now. He's got that Johnny Cash mask. 5-9-1 career versus Vegas, 351 goals against, 894 save percentage. Those numbers don't sound very good, but for tonight right now, Markstrom's certainly been the man. I understand that Vegas is bending a little bit on that side, and that is an understatement, but Markstrom's been solid in net. He's been given a 3-goal lead. He's going to have to hold it now as the Flames need these 2 points to keep pace with Nashville, Edmonton, and Seattle, who all won today, as this is a stretch pass. Here's a one-timer. This one goes way high, gets rifled off the inboards, and now Mangiapane will settle it down. Can't clear it out of the zone, and this is an opportunity. Dorofeyev drop in the middle of the slot, kicked away by Markstrom in the middle of the circles. This one gets bounced, and that was just hemorrhaging there for the Flames, but they were able to get it down the ice after the shot block. 19 minutes, just a minute into this third, and Calgary's got a 3-0 lead as this is sent in. This bounces off the stick of Kadri, I believe, and goes up and on a play. As I'm watching this on ESPN Plus, carrying the Sportsnet feed with Rick Bowl on that side, who was one of the best. Again, I understand I'm pretty biased when it comes to the Red Wings here for Ken Daniels and Nicky Redmond. I still think they're one of the best crews alongside John Forslund in Seattle. But Rick Bowl is right there as well. Calgary has a very good broadcast crew. As Blake Coleman, for profiling him, he's got another 2 points in this game. This is picked up off the backhand. Good drop by Nick Waugh. And what a stop by Markstrom as he flashes the leather. 18:42 left to go in the third. It was Waugh from Marchessault there, and Markstrom made it look a little bit too easy. That was labeled for the top left of the crossbar. Markstrom had none of it. Shots now are even, 19 apiece. First 8 games, 1-6-1, 303 goals against, 890 save percentage. Last 17, 11-5-1, 248's got a shutout as well. Numbers are much, much better for Jacob. As this is Barbashev. Korchak wants it. This goes off the outside of the bar. This stays with the Golden Knights. One-timer, this one blocked. And now the Flames. Huberdeau able to get it out. It's Elias Lindholm racing off his forehand. They have to turn and spin. Lindholm now. Spin around the inboards here. Sharangovich trying to keep it alive. Lindholm with a bomb. And this stopped near the right side dot. Korchak will get this one down for Ivan Barbashev. Barbashev, former Blue. Picked up now for Nicholas Waugh. Waugh here for Marchessault as Marchessault picks it up off the forehand, trying to play this one out in front. We might be getting a penalty call. We'll see. Jonathan Marchessault gets taken down, but it looks like Markstrom held on to it and got the whistle. Marchessault wiped on him behind. It looked like he definitely got tripped, but I don't think we're going to be getting any sort of penalties here. 17:58 left to go in the third. John on here with you, official on the call. Thank you for joining me. If you want any clear audio, you can follow along at the Twitter or X space at John Reinhardt, but always on YouTube at the same. So Dylan Dubé has it. I'll shovel it off the backhand. As this is picked up off the rush, it goes off the glove hand of Logan Thompson. 12 of 19 shots for Marceau, Roy, and Barbashev. Nicholas Waugh and Barbashev, as that is right what you want to have. This is chipped ahead here nicely here for the Flames. Bounces off of Dubé. Michael Amadio trying to find it as this is knocked away by the Flames into the neutral zone. It's sent in by VGK as Bruce Cassidy's squad will go ahead and take a change. 17:20 left to go in this third. It's turned over. Now bounces off a couple of stakes and blades as this is flipped. Now it's an opportunity here for Alec Martinez to send this one down. Good cancel off a hit because Fraze got hit. And now Nazem Kadri will send this back around the inboards. Now MacKenzie Weegar will shovel it ahead as he's bounced off the referee and Connor Zary. Crazy played 6 games for the Flames in 2020-2021. Now he's playing for VGK with a host of injuries. He'll be called up from the Andersson Silver Knights. As this is being an opportunity for a sharp angle chance, it gets canceled off the side of the post. Kadri trying to funnel it out. And this is picked up by Vegas and held in. As it's Zary. Get this one for DeSimone. Now Martin Pospisil will get this one near the left side red line. And this will be flipped back in. It bounced off of Jacob Markstrom. Recollected for Chris Tanev. Chandler Stevenson trying to find it. And this will go back to him across the red line. This is McNabb. We'll send this one here for Caden Korchak. No icing. 16:15 left to go in the third. Vegas still has time on their side, but they're down 3. They really need the next goal. Flames are 17-5-3 this season when scoring 3+ goals. So that looks pretty good for them right now. Dorofeyev is going hard off the glass as it's Stone. Send this here for McNabb. McNabb thought about it. Gives it back in the high slot. Pass too far. Bounces for Korchak. And now Mangiapane off his off wing. This shot is blocked and up and on a play. Shot board is now even at 21, but the scoreboard is definitely not. Calgary still has a 3-0 advantage as you have goals from Coleman, Kadri, and Backlund. So I feel good. We've gone through all the NHL scoreboard. We've gone through the NFL and the NBA side of it. All that's left is to finish this game and write the game story. John Utter with you. Glad to be staying up late on the East Coast. 12:07 a.m. as we get the late game. There were 16 games, all 32 teams in action today. As this is Knocked away. Pietrangelo falls down. Drive to the net. Rasmus Andersson. This goes up the stick blade of Logan Thompson. And now turned over. Here's an opportunity. Sharangovich off the drop. He looked a little too casual there. Vegas has numbers. 3-on-2. Marchessault, wrister, held by Jacob Markstrom. 15:25 left to go in this third. So good creativity from the Vegas Golden Knights. I think that was beautifully said off the rush. Backlund tried to make a play there for Huberdeau. This one gets picked off. And then Marchessault off to the races. Set up Nick Waugh, who rifled a shot, but it was caught right in the catching hand of Jacob Markstrom. Shots are even at 22 apiece. 15:25 left to go in the third. Calgary up 3-0. We're at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Calgary trying to continue to add the miles and add the points and on their road trip, and then having the dads and bringing them in. They've really enjoyed it. They played very well. As this is put around the inboards, Mangiapane lost it for a moment. His Backlund will go ahead and turn. Backlund now. He's pinned near the left side dot as this is picked off by Vegas. Cotter tries to find it, but it's Blake Coleman able to get this one ahead. This bounces off and Mangiapane. Mangiapane will turn and spin. Backlund will watch as this is just brushed across the blue line side. And now DeSimone will go ahead and find it. He'll chip it ahead in deep for Dylan Dubé. It's Dubé now. Try to get this one now. It's Adam Ruzicka. 4th line side's out there right now. DeSimone watching as this goes near the left side. Dot shot goes just wide. DeSimone try to funnel it at the net. It's an opportunity for AJ Greer. Send this one across. Pick it up now off the backhand. DeSimone can walk right in. He's going to take the extra pass instead for Osterley, who could never find it. Vegas try to funnel this one out. They do. Lead NHL with a 909 team save percentage when trailing this season. So when they are trailing, they tend to lock it down and keep themselves in the game. But that's going to be asking a lot of Logan Thompson. 14 minutes left to go in the third. Both teams will go ahead and take a change for Ryan Huska and Bruce Cassidy's squad, respectively, as this is MacKenzie Weegar for Martin Pospisil. They will define the entry. Pospisil will give chase, use it off the glass, and they're going to blow it dead anyway. It'll be a hand pass. 13:48 left to go in this third. Let's take a break. Flames still up 3-0.
If you're taking a trip with your friends, why pay for 4 hotel rooms to stay apart from your friends? Get an Airbnb and stay together for less.
Someone in Sloan stole my autographed basketball, signed by the 1948 All-Star team. So I called it Specialist. And he's Specialist.
Alright, let's start with the car makes it easy to have coverage for your car and home. Yeah, even purchase Sportsnet.
What a relief. Let's get back to charades.
I was also going to crack the case.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's true.
Me? It's easy to bundle your home and car. It's easy to gack out.
Can the flavor of the slow-cooked smoked sauces be so gloriously delicious that the sight of it sizzling makes your taste buds weep? If it's Hillshire Farm, oh, hell yeah.
I like your burger, Green.
Well done, please. I don't know if you can take those guys to cover the spread. Weather gets cold, they come.
Yeah, not everyone can handle the elements. You know, I never really got into all that cold weather stuff.
Willie Green, I'm always taking the cold weather teams.
Especially in the playoffs.
The great ones tough it out, regardless of the weather.
Should have brought my mittens.
It's 48 degrees.
Yeah, but the wind was ripping off that lake.
We're 30 miles from the lake.
Five sports.
Going to be checking back into this third period here. Again, I appreciate anyone that's still been following along. 7 votes in. I said, are the Golden Knights injuries a concern at the moment? Right now, it's kind of split, but 57% say yes, 43% say no. I can understand the no's on the other side because of all the points that they've been banked in. As we get another shot from the Sportsnet feed from the Calgary Dads trip right now. They are loving it right now from the way that the team's playing, and I don't blame them. So 13:40 left to go in this third as it's chipped in by the Flames. You're going to be trying to take this one right to left. Again, they are in the road reds with the gold and white striping. And on the other side, for the Vegas Golden Knights, they're in their Winter Classic jerseys. Kind of a mustard-looking gold on that side with some black and a little bit of gray in the middle of it. Not sure I'm a fan of those, as this is sent back in now. Logan Thompson's in the goal crease against Jacob Markstrom. And Markstrom has made all 22 saves so far. Logan Thompson stopped 20 out of 23. Tanev will put this around the inboards here. As it's a little bit too far for McNabb. Here's a shot that gets turned away by Thompson and settle back down. Got to be careful off the back pick, and that was nicely picked up by Lindholm. Huberdeau dancing, able to buy some time near the right side blue line as it's Tanev. He gets hit hard. Huberdeau trying to make a play as he was falling down. Tanev tried to provide support. And now Yegor Sharangovich will go off the wing to help out his defense here for Chris Tanev. As this is dumped in near the right side wall, Huberdeau is really begin worked over in this shift as this gets flipped back down for Nick DeSimone. So he'll take the change with DeSimone and Jordan Osterley, third line side for Ryan Huska's defense. As this is Backlund off the chase from Huberdeau. Picked up now for Vegas, who want to go right to left. They don't have a goal yet in this game. They're down 3. Outscored the Golden Knights 14-7 the last 3 games in Vegas. As Osterley gains the red line, fires it in. It's been a good road game for the Calgary Flames as they want to just make sure they get away from this injury-free. Vegas has been dealing with a lot of that. They had lost 3 players just the other day in the win over Boston. 11:50 left to go in the third. As it's settled down by Markstrom and Rasmus Andersson. This is chipped out of the air. Stolen. Cross pass. Good save, Markstrom with the left pad. That was bounced out of the air, trying to be hand-eye for Rasmus Andersson. Goaltender bailed him out, the big Swede. As it's centered on the inboards now, Rasmus Andersson. Try one more time. Turns it over again. Dorofeyev. It's Stevenson. Not a good look right now for Rasmus Andersson off of back-to-back turnovers. Martinez. Now for Pietrangelo. Try to get a stick in the lane there. It's out in front. And now this is held back down for the former St. Louis Blues captain, Pietrangelo. Martinez near the left side wall. What a goal! And that was a couple of poor turnovers for Rasmus Andersson and Chandler Stevenson. Tic-tac-toe 1-T. That was fantastic. In Vegas now, only down 2. Rasmus Andersson and MacKenzie Weegar, I would say uncharacteristically for them, in this game combined had about 7 or 8 turnovers. Stone, back of the net. It was the first one that was saved for Markstrom, but that was just bulleted from the left side red line to the right dot. And Chandler Stevenson scores off the 1-T in Vegas. Has life. It's a couple of turnovers here for the Flames that did not bite them in the second period, but I made note of it. They were really opening the door for Vegas. And this third goal for Mikael Backlund is going to prove to be a lot bigger than anyone would think right now. With 10:55 left to go in the third, because now Vegas gets their first. Still 3-1. Calgary's ahead, but if they get more of that play again like they did in the second, they finally got burned in the third. This could get ugly. As this is sent around the inboards now, Martinez trying to keep this one alive. Creating Korchak, and now McNabb as Michael Amadio will go ahead and pick it up. Chandler Stevenson with his 7th at the 8:54 marker from Stone and Martinez. As it's Tanev now. Off the back skate, Howden. As this is bounced, Hanifin just able to get this across the red line side to the neutral zone. And Ryan Huska's squad's near the bench. They'll go ahead and take their change. 10:15 left to go in the third. No chance for Markstrom to even make that save as this one gets iced against the Flames. And now it's another clock stoppage as the shots are even at 24. And it's Stevenson with the latest goal. Vegas finally on the board. It's 3-1 with 10:09 left to go in regulation. So I know if you follow Shannon, the hockey guy on YouTube, I imagine he's going to be very busy tonight. He's got a full 16-game slate, and then he has the power rankings after this. I don't think that man's going to go to sleep till about 3:30 in the morning. He might get done by the time I finish my article and get all the stuff uploaded. It's going to be a long night. As this one's flipped in now for Alec Martinez, Mangiapane gets it out. DeSimone is now halfway through this third period. All of a sudden, this game's got a little bit tighter as it's played with a high stick. Are we getting a penalty or are we getting a stoppage with a high stick? Nonetheless, we are getting a commercial break, it seems like. It'll be Chandler Stevenson with the 1T from Stone, and Rasmus Andersson very unhappy with the turnovers. We're going to break. It's 3-1. Yeah, 1xBet says score. Yeah, no doubt about it. It's a situation that Chandler Stevenson did from a Markstrom pass has made it 3-1 with a gorgeous one-time feed off a Rasmus Andersson turnover.
Hey, what's going on? I switched to H&R Block this year, and one of their experts did my tax this morning. Kind of a big win. Oh, yeah? And a refund advance loan, so I got money the day I filed. You can take $3,500. Pretty huge. It's interest-free. Oh, yeah. We got to pick this up. Great meeting.
You could get an interest-free refund advance loan up to $3,500 the day you file.
Life moves at the speed of light. But you can count on Enterprise, home or away, to always be there with the assist, no matter where the game takes you. Enterprise, for lives and drive.
Maybe 56 botanicals. Always serve ice cold. For the moments when anticipation becomes celebration. Yegor, my scoring moments. My scores.
It's also a Flames Calgary is prospering against the Flames. That's a point to end in the start against Calgary Flyers instead of Chandler Stevenson's goal and Corsi's point.
So Stevenson, Stone, and Martinez at the 8:54 marker. That's the latest. It's a 3-1 game now. Calgary still out in front. So Scott out, Gary Lawless, and Mark Stone, they'll be the guests on After Hours on CBC. I'll probably flip to that once this game is done. Stone, with his primary pass, is the one that set up Chandler Stevenson in the right top for a 1T off a couple turnovers from Rasmus Andersson. Again, MacKenzie, Weegar, and Rasmus Andersson had a couple poor plays in the second period. Now in the third, it's finally come back to bite them, but they're still up 3-1. It doesn't take away all the good things that happen in this game, but a very wounded Vegas team, they've been able to get some chances with the door being open. Now here's a chance. Opportunity for Lindholm to settle it down as the Flames are trying to take it left to right. And now Jonathan Huberdeau. Coleman send it back. Go ahead and take some full-scale line changes for Ryan Huska's squad. They're near the bench anyway. As this is settled in for Blake Coleman off the long flip. It's saved by Stevenson. As this is sent back around the inboards, or I should say Logan Thompson. But back around the inboards, I'm thinking of Chandler Stevenson, who scored the latest goal. This is an opportunity here for Nick Waugh. Waugh now gets canceled off the puck as this is bounced up in a race for it. An opportunity for Mangiapane! He can't score. He probably got dispossessed a little bit there from McNabb, but he was showing off the Jets. Coleman will turn and fire and get blocked. Here's a rush the other way. It's a 3-on-2 for VGK, and this will be shoveled ahead. Get blocked a couple times, and now the Flames will go ahead and find it. 8:30 left to go in the third. Cooper Hopkins is with me. I'm going to go ahead and add him in here on this side because I just want to say hello and get a chance to talk a bit. So hopefully he can hang on even for like 5 minutes after this game as this is picked up off the backhand now. Settle down, Vegas. Here comes the bomb for Haig. Markstrom makes the save. It's loose a little bit, and this is sent back down for Zach Whitecloud. And across the red line now, Bruce Cassidy's squad will take some changes. Calgary 3-1-2 in the last 6 games against Golden Knights. It's be sent all the way down and iced against the Flames.
John, my friend, it's just like me to be so lazy that I don't show up until about 8 minutes to go in the third period. How are you, buddy? How's the broadcast been going?
It's been going good. I know there's been some defensive turnovers for the Flames, but you gotta like what they've been doing on this road trip here, Cooper. They played well.
Yeah, no question about it. I want to get your thoughts here, hopefully, in just a minute. I know we're underneath the action here shortly, but these Flames team showing a little something that they haven't shown early in the season and getting themselves right back in the conversation.
Yes, they have. So Alec Martinez now for Chandler Stevenson. Top line, if you can call it that. It's back out there right now. Stevenson's got the latest goal, and he's got the puck. One-timer, good save, Markstrom, and he holds on to any rebounds as we get some pushing and shoving. Stone's there with Tanev, and the refs are going to have to separate these two feisty teams.
Oh, yes, they are. Yeah, Tanev in true form right here. He's locked up in the scrum. Markstrom leading in to probably have a word or two with his opponent right there. Less than 8 to go now in the third, John. It's interesting to see the shots even at 25. I think you can feel the frustration now coming through from Mark Stone and the rest of his VGK teammates.
Yeah, I mean, let's just look at it and reset it, even for you, Cooper, on this side. I'll just throw it out there for myself. So, Vegas injuries, William Karlsson, Jack Eichel, Carrier, Theodore Hutton, Bjorn Foote, Aiden Hill, and Yuri Patera.
Yeah, now that's a laundry list beyond which I was expecting to even hear. This is not a Vegas team that's really representative of who they can be without those names in the lineup. So obviously they're playing wounded, and the Flames taking advantage here.
Yeah, you have to do so right now. Right now on the ESPN portion of the box, I see Martin Pospisil get the minor against Stone and nothing else. I want to see if anything else happens here, but I do see Pospisil in the box for unsportsmanlike, and that's it, and that's all.
Yeah, it does look like Vegas is going to have a chance to get back within one here, and there's still, as we've seen, time in and time out, John. There's a lot of time left in a hockey game, 7:42 to go, and Vegas could really capitalize and try to cut this lead down to 1.
So this is very important here that the Flames find a way to do this again. Short-handed, they are an excellent unit and dangerous. Here is Stevenson, now racing to the left wing side, still dancing with it. Behind the net, Chandler's not letting go of this puck right now. It's just near the right side dot. Alec Martinez thought about the slapper. They're working behind the net. It was a dangerous pass. It almost looked like the same one Stone just set up Stevenson with, but it gets bounced away. And one of the original Golden Misfits is Jonathan Marchessault. He's always been a thorn in the Flames side, as he's got this one now. Number 81 tries to find a Dorofeyev as well, as the Flames will get it out. Boy, Coleman does have it. He's got Sharangovich with him on the rush. Here's a sauce for Yegor, and that wasn't a bad pass, but Sharangovich got knocked at the last moment. And now Vegas trying to get this one up a 3-on-2, a bouncing puck. This one gets collected by the captaincy and Mark Stone, as this is now for Cotter. Stone trying to use his body, keep this puck alive, and if the pass goes too far back, the Flames will take it. Shot board is even at 25, with the Flames still holding onto a 3-1 lead. Stevenson with the latest goal, as this is sent in by VGK. They're wearing their Winter Classic jerseys as they got this near the right side. Nick Waugh, get this here. Cotter! He tried to go for the top right of the post, as this one goes all the way back down. That had some heat on it. 6:10 left to go in this third. 25 seconds left to go in Vegas's power play, as they have the door open slightly. Rasmus Andersson back out there. He's not been sharp with the puck today on this side. Neither has Weegar, as it's Waugh. Try to go ahead and get this one. Nick Waugh gets dispossessed, as this is picked up here for Rasmus Andersson, just trying to shield with the body. Vegas doing a great job right now trying to keep it alive as the Flames chip this out of the glass. Is this going to be a delay a game or off a player?
I'm taking a peek here, John. Looks like one of the referees indicated that puck did deflect off the glass and then up into the crowd. So 2 seconds to go here on the power play. And boy, we're getting a replay, at least on my side, on the Sportsnet feed, of that shorthanded opportunity. Boy, Sharangovich was on the doorstep, and Stone gets the stick in just in time to knock away that beautiful sauce pass. And Flames could have made it 4 goals right there. And then Vegas comes the other way, almost gets that goal they've been so desperately searching for. But now we are back underneath the action. So let's get this back to regular strength and get the last 5.5 minutes here in Las Vegas.
So Vegas just 2 of 17 recently on the power play, as White Cloud can't find it. And now this will be an opportunity for Pospisil, who's just back out of the box 5:20 left to go in the third. Calgary trying to take a big 2 points. They want to keep pace with Nashville, with Edmonton, with Seattle, who all won today on this side. So this would still only keep them 4 points out of the spot. Again, all 32 teams in action today, and we got the nightcap here for you. As this is Kolsar. We'll go ahead and put this around the end boards. Now Osterway try to give chase. This is picked up, nicely played off the backhand. We'll allow the Flames to go left to right. Long flip for Kadri, not played well by Thompson, but this will be an offensive zone draw for the Flames.
Yeah, boy, Thompson right there did a good job to come way outside of the blue paint, needed to cover up, and did so. Blake Coleman continues to be a revelation this season for the Calgary Flames. You see that between the skates pass right there? And he
Yes.
bounce his teammate along the wall and open up that scoring opportunity. It's just number 20 in red, John. We can talk about him all night. He's been having an excellent year.
So while I have you on here, I do want to ask you that. And I'm not throwing any shade because I know you're the biggest Flames fan in the world, and it's my secondary team now. But for Elias Lindholm, yes, he got the All-Star nod. 8, 20, and 28 points for a -4. Lindholm gets the nod. But how do you not give it to Blake Coleman? He's got his 19th goal now, 18 assists, 37 points, and he's a +23 on the year.
It's a big miss. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's a big miss by those who are making the decisions. And as much as I love Elias Lindholm, look, I know there's been talk about his future as a Flame. I'm still glad he's a Calgary Flame.
Sure.
Is he having his best year yet? Certainly not. And there's been plenty of folks pointing out that his game has dropped off since, of course, how could it not? After you're being flanked by Matthew Tkachuk and Johnny Gaudreau, how could your game not drop off to some degree? Well, it certainly has, but let's not talk about the negative. You made the excellent point, John. It's been the Blake Coleman show for the Flames this year. Not only is he putting points on the board, putting the puck in the net, and getting the apples, you can tell that he has the best veteran presence, along with a Kadri and a Weegar and a Huberdeau who has come on of late.
Yes.
That Blake Coleman has really been one of the hearts of this team and is helping lead them back into at least respectability, if nothing else, as they they're kind of sneaking their way up the board. They're still out of a playoff spot. Talked about the other Western Conference teams getting their victory, and boy, we can talk about the Kraken and the absolute heater that they have been on for weeks now. But the Flames, they're right in it, and that is in large part credit to number 20, Blake Coleman.
Yeah, all career highs across the board. And Cooper, I think they need to keep the Flames dads on this trip, just bring them to every game.
Yeah, apparently so. I guess having your dads and your mentors there makes all the difference, because they're looking good with the extra special VIPs in the crowd.
Yeah, and I've seen some of the dads have also had the jerseys signed. They were showing Rusty Coleman a few times, which was pretty cool. So 4:35 left to go in the third. Again, we're watching this on the Sportsnet feed. I know there'll be some CBC after-hours stuff there with the Vegas Golden Knights and Scott Oak. And we'll finish off the rest of this game as this is sent in and held by Jacob Markstrom. And again, Cooper, I can say this in a positive light, at least for the last 15 games. Jacob Markstrom has really gotten back into form, hasn't he? I don't know if the recorder was bouncing a little bit, so I'll let him respond on that side. But 4:22 left to go in this third. It will be Backlund and Stevenson in on the draw right now, as this will fall back to the Calgary Flames and recollected now for Pietrangelo. Here's a one-timer. This will bounce up and deflected. This one out of play. 4:12 left. I'm not sure what's going on in the Twitter space, but we're here with you on the YouTube side. I don't think we're getting any audio on that side. So 4:05 left to go in this third. We probably have to just go ahead and bring it back in on that side, as it's 4 minutes left to go in this third. Picked up now by the Flames in their own end with Coleman, as they'll settle this back around. Tanev now has an opportunity as they'll recollect, fire it on, and I think Thompson might have lost his stick there for a moment as it's Backlund. Pick it up here for Coleman, now Stone will settle it down. 3:35 left to go in this third as this is gained in across the red line now. This will be Stone off the drop pass as this is settled around the end boards. Stevenson with a 1T, but this bounces near the left side of the wall as this will be in across the red line now. It'll be an opportunity for Chandler Stevenson. Again, 3:20 left to go in this third as this is in near the left side of the red line. Be bounced to Nick Hague. This will be recollected here for Dylan Dubé. Dubé now, as this can't be held in. Here will be a chase for Connor Zary, but this is a little bit too far as we got about 3 minutes left to go in this third. Got a lot of Go Flames Go chants in here on this side, which I'd like to see. I'm going to get Cooper back in here in a second, so hopefully at least set the room. Let's just put this around the inboards here. MacKenzie Weegar. This one goes high and up and on a play. Let's try this again. I know we're having some Elon Musk issues here, but it is just us two in the space, so this should be okay.
Okay, John, testing it out. How's the audio this time around?
We're good now. I wanted to say something positive about Jacob Markstrom, and then it cut out.
Well, you know what? We can say it now. I mean, this has been a great stretch for him, and I just really like that he's finding his form at this point. I know we're about to hit the break, but I'm glad he's getting a taste right now of the top level where he can access that elite 1A goaltender, and that's something he can carry, I think, past the break and into the second half.
Wow, that was a great save for Markstrom there, right on cue. 2:37 with the empty net pull. Vegas trying to go 6-on-5 because they need a couple goals, and Markstrom's been strong all game, and nothing better than that last one there, Cooper.
Yeah, boy, I apologize. You know me, I'm good for a couple of things. I'm good for one technical difficulty at minimum per broadcast, even if I'm only on for a few minutes. And I'm good to step all over your play-by-play right when something big happens. And, of course, Markstrom, it's almost like he hurt me. Big save right there on the doorstep. Empty net here. Also some empty seats in Vegas. We'll see if Vegas can close it down, or maybe the Flames are going to take this one 3-1.
I see some red in the crowd here, Cooper. They're not going to be empty on that side.
No, you're right. You're right. There's icing right there. So 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. And we're looking actually at the graphic right now, so credit to Sportsnet. Best high-danger save percentage this season amongst Varlamov, Hill, and Vasilevsky is Jacob Markstrom. Second best save percentage, 859 of high-danger chances. That's pretty good for number 25 in red.
Yes, it is. And that would just to quantify anything between the circles and the slot, correct?
Yep, you have it absolutely right. As we get another hand in the air from one of the zebras, it's going to be a back-to-back icing. So Tanev and the crew for the Flames will stay out. Hopefully take a deep breath here, and we'll try to chip away at this clock. If you're a Flames fan in particular, and the Vegas Golden Knights trying to get reset here and put one on the board. Again, they're down by 2, so lots of work to do with not much time here.
So Lindholm can't win the center ice drive. Force Logan Thompson to get back into his net. It might force more. Lindholm with a backhand as this gets recollected here for the Flames, and they'll go ahead and put this one down deep. Now it's Noah Hanifin, number 55. Put this around the inboards here. Huberdeau will have it. Good centering pass. How did that miss the net? Huberdeau with a beautiful feed. It's Hanifin now as they'll take the change. Man, that one-timer had some serious heat on it. As it's Marchessault will settle it down. We'll have to go back and pick it up now. So Logan Thompson has had about 40 seconds where you just can't leave the goal crease. He finally can now. As it's Jonathan Marchessault, gains the line. He gets taken down. And now this is with the Flames. So it's 6-on-5. Mangiapane's got it. Flames already up by a couple. It'll be pretty cool to see Blake Coleman get another one, but that might be me being selfish, maybe for the rest of his teammates. 2 to finish. Or maybe Connor Zary as well. Here's a puck that just misses the right side of the post off a clear. And now Alex Pietrangelo has it. Vegas desperate. We try to take this one right to left. They still got life, but it's 1:05 left to go in the third. They're down by a couple. Here's a pickup now. Coleman. Here's a bouncing puck. This will work out well to kill some time. Pietrangelo tried to clear it. He bounced it off his teammate. Now he's going to have to pick it up off the back skate, and this will take more time off the clock. That's an opportunity now for Paul Cotter. He's the extra attacker. Gains the entry right down the middle. His wrist goes to the left side of the wall. Tanev now off the body up. Mangiapane taking a look. Hanifin trying to protect the net in front of Cotter, who's right there. This will go D to D. Opportunity for Hague. as it's near the left side dot. Spin and turn. Vegas needs to get some shots on goal here. It's down to 30 seconds. Haig send the cross pass. They're bleeding the clock away. Haig shoots. And this one gets blocked by Coleman. Turnaround shot. This just goes near the left side dot. There's a 1T. And this hits Vegas out in front before it ever hit Markstrom. Haig try to settle it down. D again. One-timer. And this is saved by Markstrom. He's down. This is picked up in the middle of the slot. Another save for Markstrom. Trying to clear it. It's madness. It goes over the net. This is another chance that goes wide. Down to 2. Got to shoot at one-timer. Markstrom picks up his stick, and he's going to win the game.
John, I do not know how to describe what we just saw. First off, I thought the puck was in the back of the net after it came whistling in from the blue line. First things first, Markstrom giving high fives to his teammates without his blocker. He lost his stick, he lost his glove, and his teammates now surrounding number 25, Jacob Markstrom. Miraculous series right there.
Oh, what a save.
To go in the game. Absolutely incredible. I'm just going to try to break this thing down. There was a 5-hole shot that snuck through. Chris Tanev kept this game 3-1 on the backhand. That thing was 2 inches from the goal line. The dads of the Flames all wear those flaming C's. They have their hands in the air. John, an absolutely wild finish. But the Flames get the job done. 3-1 your final. Huge victory for the Calgary Flames in the City of Sin.
Man, you certainly joined at the right time, my friend. That was the most spectacular portion of this entire game, and it happened right there. And again, that's a big win for the Calgary Flames because we know about some of the ones that we've broadcast with the Golden Knights. Some of them have been some heartbreak, and some of them have been a little bit more, a little bit less. But again, Jacob Markstrom, when he needed to be, the big linchpin, and good balanced scoring one more time for the Calgary Flames this year. That's certainly been a positive sign.
Yeah, it absolutely has. And again, just some personal apologies for missing the vast majority of the broadcast, but glad my night was able to free up, and I was able to get free to hear your excellent work, my friend, because great victory for the Flames. And listen, injuries are injuries. Of course, you literally listed those out, and that's tough. That's going to be tough for any NHL squad, really any team of any kind. If you have that many significant pieces who are unable to take part in the contest, yeah, you can't have the loftiest of expectations. But the Flames did what they needed to do on their side, which frankly is take advantage of that situation. They did. 3 solid goals from all around the lineup, and Jacob Markstrom, another stellar effort. Vegas did put some pressure on him there, especially at the end. It nearly was 3-2 with about 5 seconds to go, but Chris Tanev, little help to the goaltender, and Markstrom walks away having only given up 1. Flames looking pretty good right now. Pretty good.
Yeah, and they've traveled a long ways during this road stand here, Cooper, on this side, miles everywhere across the board. And now they'll get to go back to the Settle Dome here. It looks like for 6 straight games. So as far as next week, I will be open for some co-op sides of it. I am going to work on the NHL All-Star article. That'll take me some time. But I'm looking at a couple big ones to try to get you in on a full game, if you can. So Thursday will be the Toronto Maple Leafs at 9 p.m. Eastern, and Saturday, so again, same time this week, will be the Battle of Alberta against the Edmonton Oilers at 10. Are you looking at any of those Thursday or Saturday?
Yeah, I think that we're going to have an opportunity, particularly Thursday, and then I'm also glad that you mentioned some of the writing that you're going to be doing, and you're going to hopefully include your opinion on these NHL All-Star jerseys that were just dropped. Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, social media is going pretty wild right now about the designs. We're very polarizing NHL All-Star jerseys this year, so I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. I don't want to blow up your spot, make you reveal your opinion now, but I'm sure you will have an opinion.
Can I say openly right now, they're not the worst that's ever been released, but they are certainly polarizing. That's fair.
I think, yeah, you and I both, we agree there. I feel like, and listen, he's well known in the NHL media circles, Pete Blackburn, pretty active on his socials, and he tweeted initially that these are the worst jerseys he's ever seen, and about 25 minutes later he said, you know what, wait a second, I think I'm coming around on these. They're deeply unserious for a league that is often unserious as well, so he's come around, and I think I might need another day or two. I'm gonna have to sleep on it, but it almost looks like they're out of a Bugs Bunny cartoon. They're so vibrant and pretty whimsical. I don't use that word often when talking about the National Hockey League, but we're gonna have some fun this year, and I know you'll have a lot of all-star coverage, not just about the clothing. So it's gonna be good stuff from John as usual.
So can you hang around for a couple more minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I just want to ask you a couple things. So let's just do a hockey thing real quick. So the Seattle Kraken have been hot as heck on that side. And the same thing for the Edmonton Oilers. You have Nashville, who's been winning a lot. You got 4 teams right now, Calgary, Seattle, Edmonton, and Nashville, trying to find for 2 playoff spots right now. Is there any chance that any of these teams are going to lose again? Because it's just not happening right now.
Yeah, well, that's a great way to put it. And you know what's so interesting too, and you can tell me to what degree, if at all, you feel I'm accurate here. So when we look at the standings in the Western Conference, it's not exactly apples to apples, but it feels like shades of the Eastern Conference a couple seasons ago, where it seemed like all of the playoff teams were locked in, by December 10th. It was just everyone was in their spot. Teams were rolling, almost like the seeding was set so early in the season. Obviously, I'm being facetious, but my point is a good number, probably 6 of these Western Conference teams, unless they fall off a cliff, right, are in some order going to be in the playoffs, and that leaves a very small window for another handful of teams that are fighting for things right now. We're talking about the Oilers, we're talking about the Kraken, we're talking about these Calgary Flames and more. How many of those teams can shuffle around and actually make their way in? My question to you about 2 of these teams, we'll hold off on the Oilers for a second, not because of my bias, just for a second. Let's talk Kraken Flames. Now, the Kraken are on an absolute tear. They have been, they continue to win. It's a dozen games with points, and I think they're nearing now a 10-game, if not have reached the 10-game win streak mark. So they continue to raise that bar for the franchise in terms of games won in a row. And we also have the Flames, who are really looking strong, maybe the strongest they have all year. My question is an interesting timing. We have the All-Star break coming up soon. Do you think momentum for either or both of those teams will be affected? And do you think one or both of them are potentially peaking too early? We saw this happen with the Flames a couple of seasons past, where they actually faded down the stretch. Even Vancouver last year made a push and then faded just enough at the end to miss the playoffs. Where do you think the Kraken and Flames fall in that spectrum? Peaking too soon or peaking just at the right time and going to rocket into the second half?
I'm going to take the glass half full, and I think they're peaking at the right time. The one thing that really interests me, Cooper, on this side for Seattle as well, because everybody talked to you beginning of the year about this name and one name and one name only for the Coachella Valley Firebirds, Joey Decord. He's come out of nowhere right now to be a number 1 goaltender, not just the number 1 for the Kraken, but a number 1 goaltender in general. And now the Kraken have kind of found themselves in the same situation they were last year. Yes, you don't have Donato, Soucy, or Sprong, but they're still finding a way to get secondary goal scoring. But now they really seem to have the goaltending that they need. And for the Calgary Flames, I think they're going to keep on being the same team that we thought they were going to be this year. It's fair for me to say because I think we've seen it enough again. Calgary might be in the same spot that they were last year, where it's going to come down to game 82. But the reason why I'm not worried about them so much is because we talked about the balanced scoring all the way across the board. There's not just one player for Calgary that's having to carry the heavy burden. So I'm not worried about Calgary. The only thing I'm worried about, maybe slightly, is Joey Decord going to continue to be the man because he's been ridiculous.
Yeah, he has been, and I think you made an excellent point. It's a very simple one. He has shown, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, to anyone paying attention, I am a starter in this league. Unless things change drastically and he reverses form completely, he is like an arrow from a bow. He is absolutely driving the bus for the Seattle Kraken right now. And John, I don't mean to transition too abruptly, but you know what? Listen, I am down here in Southern California, and I think there's one team that wishes they could turn things around abruptly, and that's the Los Angeles Kings. They cannot figure it out right now. They are in a tailspin. 8 games lost in a row. Your Detroit Red Wings take care of business 5-3 tonight, which I'm sure you've already mentioned. But man, oh man, we talk about. I was just saying, I'm going to deflate my own argument. It seems like 5 or 6 teams are pretty much locked into those Western Conference playoff spots. But the Kings continue to slide. They might slide right out of the playoff picture if they can't turn things around.
Yeah, just real quickly for them before I transition myself, as you said, 0-4-4 for the Kings in the last 8 games. And did you or I not talk about this during the trade deadline show, during the free agency show? PLD, how was that going to work out? Because you had Rasmus Kupari, Alex Iafallo, and all those other pieces there. And man, oh man, he is on track for career lows. He has the highest minus of the team, and he's just starting his 8-year, $64 million deal.
Boy, and John, these are the things that, listen, as fans, broadcasters, members of the media, or hopeful members of the media, listen, my point is we're not in the locker room. We don't put the sweaters on and hit the ice every night, but we pay as close attention as we can and try to glean as much information as we can to get these stories out to the world. And one of those stories is, you can't necessarily put your finger on it, tough to quantify sometimes, but it's showing up or not showing up in the case of PLD on the stat sheet, but it certainly is in the win column for the team that he left. Now, he's exited the Winnipeg Jets, and my goodness, you don't want to necessarily be simplistic and say, okay, we took this piece out of the locker room, but, was that piece that we took out, was that the poison? We do not know, but all we can say is that Winnipeg, without a player like Pierre-Luc Dubois, is leaps and bounds better than when he was affiliated with the franchise. It's just wild. Yeah,
and like you said, with those trades, you also get Gabe Vigliardi and a second-round pick on top of what we already mentioned. And the Winnipeg Jets look like one of the best teams in the year. By the way, the one that you also called with the Vancouver Canucks. Maybe they play each other in the Western Conference Final, and if they do, I think you and I, even though I know it's foes on that side of it, I think I couldn't keep my eyes off it.
Oh, no, that'd be so compelling. I mean, if that were to be the matchup, I think that would be an exciting series, and I would immediately say that's a 7-gamer right there.
So I know you might want to uppercut me for this, but I know you were at the game. I got to get your thoughts. Michigan and Washington, there was some coaching moves at the end of it. How did you feel? You were there live. You were there with a friend. Give me the ins and outs.
Well, you know what? First of all, congratulations to you. And I will say this in solidarity, my friend. Go Blue. What an incredible victory for Michigan. First national championship since 1997. And well-deserved. A team that was prepared. Harbaugh absolutely had his boys ready to roll. And they looked that way from the start. The run game was there. As many experts thought it would be. And it wasn't necessarily Corum, even though Corum didn't get into the end zone. And I apologize, I was less familiar with the Michigan roster, but Donovan, and I'm forgetting his last name.
Donovan Edwards.
Thank you very much. Donovan Edwards with 2 runs of 40-plus yards early in that contest. I think, listen, this is a Washington team that, is going to be very different in more ways than I could have ever guessed. And we're talking about, listen, it's Saturday evening right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is 5.5, 6 days ago. Monday night is what we're talking about. And the entire Washington football program has been flipped on its head. But the team that we knew up until the end of the national championship game, led by Michael Penix and those receivers and the tough running of Dylan Johnson, led at that time, can't believe I have to say that, by head coach Kalen DeBoer. I think that offense, meaning the purple and gold offense of the Huskies, was shaking a little bit more than they might have in any other contest that year. Not just because of the stage. Yeah, sure, the lights are bright in the national championship. But Michigan's early success on offense and knowing that, look, the Husky defense, of course, solid enough, won them a couple of games outright when the offense was not performing all that well earlier in the regular season. But I think Penix and company saw that success from the Maize and Blue and said, you know what, we might have a bigger lift in this contest than we have had all season long, and may have bitten down a little bit tighter, chewing down on that mouthpiece a little harder than they had. And I think it showed. Penix, and company, unfortunately, picked a bad time to have a bit of an up and down game, and that's being polite about it. the final score, and you can tell me if you agree, the final score does not indicate that there was a close battle up until about the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Now, I will absolutely admit, having been there at NRG Stadium in Houston, being able to have the great fortune to see that game in person, that game was within a score. It was 20-13 going into halftime. Throughout the third quarter, the Husky defense really settled in and did as much as they could do to keep the Dogs in the game. But that offense just couldn't fire on all cylinders. And then ultimately, Michigan, as good teams do, and we see it across sports. We see it in hockey all the time. Hey, sometimes it's tied with 3 minutes going into that third, left to go in that third period, and then a good team will rattle off a couple goals when they need them most from the players that they know can deliver. And that was Blake Corum really putting the nail in the coffin of the Huskies season. But there's my speech. It's almost too difficult for me to get into the other news, which obviously Kalen DeBoer exiting in a way that I would describe as, I want to be as professional as possible, and I will just counter that by saying I don't think he handled it in the most professional way. The players, the Husky players, finding out that their coach was departing for Alabama via ESPN announcements.
Oh.
So little bumpy ride there for a Husky faithful. But most of all, I feel just bad for those players who put themselves on the line and nearly reached the mountaintop. But to the Michigan fan base that I got really a first-hand chance to be around and experience a game with, respectful, excited,
Good.
energetic. I can genuinely speak very highly of them, and I think likewise, I always try to be a good representative of the Husky fan base. And there was clear mutual respect. That was the foundation. It made the experience so much better. And to be there with a graduate of Michigan, a friend of mine from here in Los Angeles, was able to celebrate with her and her friends from her college years in Ann Arbor. And John, I was thinking of you, my friend. I sent you that message from Houston, and I'm glad you were able to get back to me. Thought of you throughout, and congrats to Harbaugh, and for however much longer he is the head coach of Michigan, and maybe it'll be many years. But what a gift to that fan base that deserves it, and one of the elite programs in all of college football.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I know I didn't go to Michigan on that, so I'm not smart enough to get in there, but I did have to a lot of the family and celebrate that because they have some local ties. I mean, I was 10 years old when that happened last time, so you never know when it's going to happen again. You're talking about all the stuff with the coaches, and I'll just keep it short. Well, Harbaugh has been doing the song and dance routine over the last couple of years, so who knows if he's going to stay. We don't know that there. I guess some of these coaches are chasing dollar signs, and that might be the one I think that rubs both you and I the wrong way. But nonetheless, as when I reached out to Cooper on that side, I'm glad you were there to see it in person because it's a memory that you will treasure forever, regardless of the result. And you know what? Honestly, we're going to get a chance to see each other in the Big Ten, so I'm excited.
Yeah, we certainly are. It is an exciting time, and it is a wild time in college football. Not just the NIL, but coach movement, player movement, and to have an experience like I just did in Houston, Texas. And listen, I'd actually never been to Texas other than I think a stop in the airport in Dallas once. This was my first time in Texas and really spending time there. Enjoyed it. Glad to see the Huskies reach that pinnacle. And obviously they did not lift the trophy, but again, Michigan and those players worked so hard. It was obvious their preparation led them to their victory. And you should be very proud, my friend. Be proud to be a fan of the Maize and Blue. And as I think John Harbaugh screamed into the mic with Reese Davis from ESPN, who's got it better than us? Nobody. I think that's how it goes. And that was certainly true on Monday night and going forward. So congrats, pal.
I appreciate that, my friend. I hope the travels and everything else, I hope you get to settle down a little bit because I'm looking forward to us checking back in together on the mic. Again, thank you for joining in late. And let's try to get a full game in next week, whether it's the Maple Leafs or the Edmonton Oilers. I think that's going to be a big one. And I want to see how Calgary continues to play because even on Toronto's side, goaltending's been a little shaky. So I think you can even get them, even though Willie Nylander just got an ungodly deal. I guess you're just going to continue to keep that core four together there.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. But you know what? They make it interesting night in and night out. And usually the results are pretty good. And I mean, heck, when you're winning playoff series for the first time in 20 years, the fan base is not going to want to see the team broken up too much. So that core four is probably going to be around for a good bit of time, and we'll be covering them. And I do want to say also before I sign off here, thanks for, of course, letting me be the lazy one and jump on near the end of the broadcast. But I will reach out to you. I'll send you a message. I want to, since you mentioned some of the writing that you do and the blogging, I actually have potentially an opportunity for the both of us that I want to run by you. So I will leave you hanging. I'll leave you with a cliffhanger.
Okay.
But it could be fun. It relates to the coverage that you do that's so thorough and so consistent. And I was talking through a kind of a friend of a friend that might have something interesting on the horizon for us. Then you can tell me if you'd be intrigued by it. So I'll fill you in just shortly, and we can talk.
Okay, whatever I can do to jumpstart or get everything going, I would jump at the opportunity to work with you. So of course.
All right, pal. Yeah, and I don't mean to be too cryptic. I'll break it all down for you, and we can talk.
All right, sounds good. How many camera shots of Brad Treliving do you think we'll get on Thursday?
Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm actually going to give you a number. Let's see if we can keep track. I will give you a number. All right, hang on. We got 3 periods plus coming in and out of breaks, plus coming in and out of intermissions, plus anything. I'm going to say the over. I'm going to put the over under at 8.5, and I'm going to take the over. I'm going to say we're going to get 9 shots of Brad Treliving.
Good man. He knew exactly where I was going with it. Me too. So we'll talk again soon, my friend. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, pal. Thanks for having me on, and yeah, I'll send you a message. We'll talk soon.
Sounds good. See you.
All right.
Well, Cooper Hopkins did join me for the tail end of the game. I hope you guys had fun with that on that side. We'll certainly catch up, it sounds like Thursday, for the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Calgary Flames. That'll be the next Flames broadcast. They won a good one here today, and that end was definitely exciting for Jacob Markstrom, as he was able to stop 32 out of 33. But that frantic end is something that we won't forget for a while. Flames win 3-1. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.